when I was much, much younger, it was more of an identity crisis. Because in Ghana, you're considered white person. In Japan, you're considered black person. So basically, in both of your home countries, you are considered a foreigner. So I was the first one to go to UWC. At the time, I was studying in Ghana. I believe it was high school. But then I really wanted to know more about the world. And then we started studying abroad. And so I guess Costa Rica was the first place that we went to. And UWC Costa Rica was very far away from home. To this day, I would say that UWC was the big turning point in my life where it completely changed my life for the better.
I went to UWC Costa Rica just like Senna. And so everyone's like, oh, you copied your brother. And then I went to Middlebury right after that. And everyone's like, you're still copying your brother. So that was definitely a complex. But once I was talking to my professor about it, she was like, if the path that is being set is a good path, there's nothing wrong with walking through it.
For me, so after UWC, when I went to Middlebury, I ended up actually studying international politics, economics, and also African studies. I recently also completed a master's in China.
So Middlebury, I didn't really know what I wanted to study when I first got there. But then I looked back at UWC and I had a really, really amazing economics teacher called Heidi. So I really liked economics. I was part of like a social entrepreneurship fellowship, which gave me the opportunity to really explore different entrepreneurial thinking courses. And at Middlebury, I graduated and came straight to Japan because I was more interested in working between Africa and the East. So more Africa and Asia, because given our cultural background, I figured we have a bit more of an edge there to become some form of bridge. And I was working in the telecom business as a market analyst. Diaspora is an organization that Senna, myself, and a girl from Senegal called Uli
Much alive here in Tokyo and in Ghana. We're born in
Today, we are doing Ghana Independence Day. We wish for health and prosperity for everybody who is participating.
Thank you, Bokor.
Yeah. DJ, I cannot hear you.
Okay. It's still saying no internet.
but it's not reflecting here.
Yes, we will get it ready.
Okay. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, wherever you may find yourself at this very moment. Thank you all very much for joining the African Magic Temple Revolution Voodoo Education live streaming from African Magic Temple in Accra, Ghana. Thank you very much. I am your host, Christopher, Bokor Christopher Voncujovi, founder and CEO of African Magic Temple. Thank you very much. And we are on today. Today is the 12th of March 2023. And hope all of you are very fine. I'm going to pour a simple libation and then we can take it off from there. Thank you, everybody, for joining the section. I'm very grateful. Oh, ago, mauga. Ago, mauga. Ago, mauga. Mauga sobolisa, maduago. Mauga kitikata, maduago. Mauga ese joto ame joto. Ese nanu ame. Ese te nanu ame. Woman of heavy, talking of heavy. Woman of heavy, maybe an anu, talking of heavy, or benau. Talking of heavy, maybe an anu, woman of heavy, or benau. Over your atamayo, ese popolipo, ese datafia. Se joto ame joto. Ayora kakemado agu. Mayo sheme ham for ashok, semi for ashok. Payment do agu. Yo abraxas. I mayo zi andrelo. Mayo tadre to bevi makuna. Wo ve soaton e ve sorota mayo do agu. E mayo miano zodie ani do so kaka chika zi boji andre. Me ana fa obanya gbomi la pe obanya gbomi le juru hono mayo ra kakakelo. Wenya yimba manjo flolo. Fakwa yimba mo do alika. Wenya bi me matekulu. Etepu etega. Over your kind, but you for kind, but you kind, Jehovah kind, small kind, two of our kind, and you kind, if you kind, and you are Tawaka kind. But remember, I had a do lock of them, you. Fear to advance, so much you. Miami no down, Miami Hoppa, Wakapu, Bomio, Zango, and you're like a wood job, Mata Jomaku. For come of all money, Chimavo, Fudo, and Berio, Kuku, Quator for Form and Job, and you have it, but you know, I am Monju, and quite a quick Benini, the Pem, but over to two so good woman of the Percata Pataveli. Ati ajovova jo nyenye jopata opefia jopata metro megbeda molo avifagbe elie dina jopata neno anyi afimia ajolo jopata jopata ya te heme yo amese membo jiri to tobe de tepa pe ti zubu lu ajima ogboju kuro do jalo to nko valenti fata melo valo jo na koshu ago sapate meyo ati geli meyo kuro futu meyo kekeke la fia e yeme yo amega sese geja papa sese sese tobe gije ado ago meyo brahini meyo gbogbochi meyo ngbe foli koko mo ke go godo kuche kuma ko la tobe nyu ba kwa ha ni kuto bene fana mi gbogbo mi na gbogbo mi fana meyo tonye kosipoku akubia yo no nya akoso aboku tebe no meyo mi lo meyo efonye koku geje kasi ni amo si fusi jam koso abra ko bra mama nyi gbodwe mba tobe nya koku kofi tobe nya kubia mensa mama nyi doro ye pe mbe ku no opo ana na keke kuto bene fana ni gbogbo mi na gbogbo mi fana meyo mi asro e wo mwa chicha tupu ya kubia sisi ya kpene katepe mensa kuto bene fana mi meyo fonye celestia wa kubia Katrina kubia fonye sense ko do fonye ya oben akubia kuto bene fana meyo awu no tuji boko tuji tobe tuji meyo kinikini hase ko chicha para su bara bunana meyo boko adafili so sofa agbovi boko afacha wa joge kuto bene fana ni gbogbo re meyo honu le va po la goti meyo honu le gbe afega togbe amaze kuto bene fana ni gbogbo re meyo togbe anani tretu le jita togbe Abraham jibenu le chami kuto bene fana mi lo meyo Daniel ebie pamare la agbaro meyo abe togbe fiato Simon Kabila benyana si agoti me kuto bene fana gbogbo re mi na gbogbo ni fana ni kule vinyo mi nolo meyo tre video brahini bio geje bio kubia bio gbe bio po ejime le batu nyanu ngwa teshi ma te turu bio keke kuto bene fana ni gbogbo re Meyo awuni da pa mechi aba abagbe wo pe vi ada pe. Gudu. Meyo meyo afana godo afagbo matches ko because pepe to mo element akpa bi meyo pẹ̀lú gbe méjì eku méjì wọlé méjì di méjì loso méjì moni méjì abla méjì akpa méjì goda méjì sa méjì ka méjì turu pe méjì tula méjì lete méjì chebe méjì pẹ̀lú chetula meyo club abi ke ko to ba do bo lo me to ba de nya de ko ni di meyo le ba ji ko su ba me no mi ji me do mo so mo pla ni pla dagbe ji meyo mi do ro mbu ga ke mi le to me mesia me ke akpo mi abe edo e wo mi na mi do gbe na do ta ma me se pa gbe ngba bo yi Kosa yemi le gero kosa me ne ko. Sinebi done ba agbede na agbetepe gudu. Sinebi. Me bo na me do more. Kami atola dongesia. Why won't you put the viral? You don't put the viral video that is going around. Rather, you ignore it and kept showing this old one. Why is it? Why the one is praying? Yes. Where is it? If you say you put it, we should be seeing it. You can come here small if you want. Like bring the chair. Yes, bring the chair. Yes, okay. Yes, it's fine. No. Okay, let's see if we have on YouTube. We have Mario Young say good evening, Daddy, and the AMT family. Greetings from India. Thank you very much, Mario. How are you? Thank you very much. And then Mario again said, thank you, Daddy, for the knowledge you keep sharing every week. May the gods and ancestors continue to bless you and keep you well. Ashe, thank you, my brother. Thank you, my son, Mario. Thank you very much. My regards to the family, all the family in India, your mother and aunties and everybody. Thank you very much. And then we have SB calling greetings to all Bokor Christopher. Voncujovi, Daddy, for you. Thank you for all the knowledge, wisdom, and encouragement you share with us. Peace and blessing. Thank you very much, SB. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for all the support that you are all giving to us. I'm very grateful. Okay. So that's all for YouTube now, right? So let's go on Facebook and see if we have anybody there. Nobody on Facebook yet, because you know the connection made people not to know whether we are here or we will not be here, but we are here now. So thank you. Say no comments yet. Let's see TikTok. We only have people who are following and joining the sharing. Ezekiel, Kofi, and Becky, Saha. Thank you all for joining the section. And anybody on Clubhouse that is here, please you can join us, because we had a very challenging network situation here, because network challenges we had. Is it not on? We are using Bluetooth for this one. So all the people on Clubhouse, if anybody is there can join us, please let me know that you are there. Thank you, because the network had been very bad since yesterday, and we've been trying to connect it until now. So we are now using a hotspot to connect this program from one of our phones. So thank you all for joining us. So if there is no people there, just play some of the videos. We also had some videos of our own this week, do we? Not the ones of customers, but our own videos this week. I think we did something. Kofi's self-feeding and all this.
Vida Cristo so far me abro so abro na jack mo go no to see e to go ka class for my yo. Today we are doing Ghana Independence Day. We wish for health and prosperity for everybody who is participating.
Thank you, Bokor. Yeah. DJ, I cannot hear the song. We kind of we want to get it. System get it. And so everyone get it. Manu. All right, give it up. Give it up.
Patai che la fece con vado bene ne gioca con te giocata per trona me beda mo che per niente na giocata ne me fino a solo come giocata ne te me ho messo bene più come lente a fatto lui su gol go giù per lo come Valentina fa me lo valo patai che la fece con vado bene ne gioca con te giocata per trona me beda mo che per niente na giocata ne me fino a solo come giocata ne te me ho messo bene più come lente a fatto lui su gol go giù per lo come Valentina fa me lo valo
Utsunagara, Joseの人がドライブするんです、その夫婦の。日本は打ってから手入れるんですね。でもガーナは打ちながら手で左、右、よく混ぜるためにやるんです。これはガーナの夫婦の作り方。
In 1962, in the opening of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. And so for us here, we want to continue that Pan-African spirit as diaspora and bring people of various backgrounds, Japanese, people from the US, people, African descendants, as well as their allies, to celebrate Ghanaian independence. And I hope that you have a very enjoyable time. And I would like to wish Ghana, my beloved Ghana, our beloved Ghana, a very happy Independence Day in advance, since the day we're a little bit before the day. Today, we are doing Ghana Independence Day. We wish for health and prosperity for everybody who is participating.
Thank you, Bokor. Yeah. DJ, I cannot hear the song. We kind of we want to get it. System get it. And so everyone get it. Manu. All right, give it up.
Patai che la fece bomba dove venire giocata con te giocata. Petrona me veda mo che capo di na giocata ne me anzi na golu. Come giocata ne te me uomo si vede più. Come lente a fatto lui ti su golu, go giù da lo con come. Valentina fa come lo va lo Patai che la fece bomba dove venire giocata con te giocata. Petrona me veda mo che capo di na giocata ne me anzi na golu. Come giocata ne te me uomo si vede più. Come lente a fatto lui ti su golu, go giù da lo con come. Valentina fa come lo va lo
And how are you and family? Thank you very much. Then we have 88 minutes, 88 minutes, 88 greetings to all. Thank you. 88 means greetings to you too. Then we have Adams Majid saying greetings to you all. Then Franco saying hello. Greetings to all of you, Adams Majid and Franco. Thank you all for joining the section today. We are very grateful. Please be very circumvent in your questions and your comments today, because I don't want to get angry with anybody. If you are here to learn, please be here to learn. If you are here to cause confusion, we will block you from ever coming into our program, because no one out there is paying for this program. We are paying for our own program in order to advise and also to educate the African, the black person, whether in the diaspora or in Africa, to educate them, to rekindle their interest in their own culture, so that they don't continue living in a glass house, whereby they are afraid of the whole world and abandon their own tradition, and now very so much conversant and very much interested in foreign cultures than their own. This is what African Magic Temple and Revolution is all about. To reawaken the black person's mind, to love himself, to love herself. And this is all that we are doing here. So if you come on my program, instead of learning, and you are coming here to create problem, I'll block you. And you will never ever come onto my program again, because you don't pay for what I do here. And I don't beg you to join me. So if you join me and you create problem, I'll block you. So this, everybody who is watching this program, especially people on TikTok, should be very, very, very aware and clear with this one. Thank you very much. We have Franco saying hello. We have Cornerstone saying, Randolph, am I going to travel to abroad this year? I'm very sorry, I don't know you, and you have never consulted me, and I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are. There's no way I can know whether you are going to travel or you are not going to travel. I'm not that kind of cheap spiritualist on internet or on Facebook or TikTok, without knowing you, without having any consultation with you, and just tell you, yes, you are going to travel. How do you know me? I don't know you. You are only coming into my program. How can I tell whether you will be able to travel or not? That is not spirituality. If someone who doesn't know you, you have not consulted the person, you have not met the person before, tells you, oh, things are going to get better for you this year, the person is a scammer, is a liar. I don't know you. How do I know about your problems? And how can I tell you what your problem solutions will be? So I'm sorry, I'm not that kind of spiritualist. Thank you. And then we have a user 407190. Please, I need your help. Please, if you need any help, spiritual help or whatever help you need, go on to our profile. You will find our number. You book an appointment. We will do a consultation with you, and then if there's a help that we can give, we will let you know. But I let you know that here at African Magic Temple and Revolution, there is nothing like an easy way to life, whereby you think that without working you can get rich, you can get money coming to you. There is nothing like that. If it is possible to get money without working, the person who promised that is going to make money for you, he or she would have made the money for themselves first. They will not be asking you to send money so that they make money for you. If I can make money, I will be making money for myself and my family before thinking of anybody else. Thank you very much. So if it is anything else, sure, we can. And then we have Analka 1990. Good afternoon, Godfather. Good afternoon. I don't know who is that, but yeah. Then we have Pinnacle Cake. Hello, Daddy. Please, I hope by the grace of God, you are doing well. Great. Yes, sure, I am. Then Cornerstone say, go back. There is something there. That's Cornerstone. I need your help. Yes, I said it already. I need a spiritual reading. Yes, Cornerstone. You go onto our profile, you will find our number there. You can make a booking, and we will do a spiritual consultation or reading, as most people in the West calls it. And then we will see what and how we can be of help to you, or how we can be of help to you. Thank you very much, Cornerstone. And then Cornerstone is saying, I'm from Ghana. Yes, so just book an appointment and we'll be there for you. Then we have Adoma Beatrice. She shared the video. And then we have American Muslim. Okay. And then Addison and saying hi. Hello, Addison. And then we have greetings from West Africa, Ghana, GHA, from American Muslim. Okay, thank you. And then we have Sia, so true, Papa. Thank you very much, Sia. We are very grateful. Then we have Maria Rodrigo, greetings from the US. Thank you very much, Maria. Greetings from Africa, Manitembu. Thank you very much. And is that the last one there? Okay, good. I think all these ones. But don't put where animals vision is, because someone may not be happy with that. But that's what Voodoo is all about. Have they fed the birds already? Yes. Okay, thank you. We have Yao SL on TikTok saying, thank you, Papa. Thank you, Yao. We're very grateful. What's your name again?
Lan Mulatsu.
Lan
Mulatsu.
Mulatsu. Lan Mulatsu.
Yes, it's a bit funny name for Japanese.
Yeah,
It's not really
because I never heard that kind of name in Japan before.
Yeah, Muratsu.
Muratsu?
Yeah, Muratsu is surname. So
Yes,
in America,
Muratsu.
it's not really common.
Okay. Murano Muratsu.
Murano Muratsu.
Okay.
As a village, yes.
Okay. And then we have Lamisi Cynthia saying, hi, Papa. Hello, Lamisi. Thank you very much for coming to the program. I'm grateful to all of you joining. We were very late because of the internet challenges that we were having, but now at least we are using someone's hotspot, and we can come on live to all of you. So please, let's make use of this time, because it's a hotspot. If you are not careful, it will go off and will go off air. So those of you who are there and you want to ask any questions concerning what African traditional spirituality is, please ask me, and if I can answer, I will answer you. So Lamisi Cynthia said, can you please clear my doubts? Yes, of course. Tell me what you want to understand. What are your doubts? Let me know. Lamisi Cynthia is there a chance of John getting back together with Cynthia? Lamisi Cynthia, I can never know. How will I know whether, do I even know who John is? And even you who is asking me the question, I don't know who you are. So how am I going to be able to tell you that yes, Cynthia and John will come together, or anybody for that matter will come together with their lovers? I don't know you people, and you people don't know me. You are only coming into my program to listen to me. But that kind of question needs a consultation, needs to have a spiritual consultation or a reading to be able to know. You see, we are not the type of spiritualists who will just be walking on the street and say, "Oh, I saw that next year you will be successful." We don't do those kind of scamming and unpredicted reading. We do real things at my shrine. If you want to find out what is going on in your life and you want to know the truth, the best way is to do a consultation, a spiritual consultation or a reading. When you do so, the spirit world will be able to go around you and tell you what is happening in your life. And the question that you ask, the spirit world will be able to find out and give you an answer. But by asking me on social media whether you'll be able to come together with somebody without knowing me, without me knowing you, and knowing whoever your lover or boyfriend or girlfriend is, I will be scamming and be telling you lie. And I don't do those things. That's not the purpose of my program. I'm not here just to tell people on air that, oh, you and you, do I know you? Do you know me? The person you are asking about, do I know the person? Or does the person know me? So there's no possibility I can just be on air without you doing any consultation with me whatsoever. And then I'm telling you that yes or no. So Cynthia, if you want to find out what your prospect and success is in whatever you want to know, or what is causing the challenges that you are having with your boyfriend, do a consultation. And in the consultation, they will tell you what is going on, and they will also tell you how to fix it. Thank you. So we have Lay Nelco saying morning, Papa. Is that the okay? So we have Lay Nelco saying morning, Papa, and then let me see Cynthia and say, oh, okay. How do I get up? How do I get you, Papa? How do I get you, Papa? Go to our profile. You will see our telephone number over there, and also our. If you go on Google, you will find our name and also our location and everything. But you need to book an appointment if you want to see me. You can't just walk in without booking an appointment, and I'll attend to you because you may be here and I am not here. So it is better you book an appointment before you come. But when you go on to my profile on TikTok, you will find our number and you can book an appointment and we will attend to you. And then 88 memes, 88, can someone use black beds and leave it in front your house door to do bad? I found one like this. Yeah, in voodoo they can use anything to do good and they can use anything in nature to do bad. Voodoo is like a knife. So when you go into some of our past documentaries and short movies, we spoke about voodoo being like a knife, whereby the knife is not bad, but the person who is holding the knife can be a bad person or being a good person. What I mean by that, if you have knife in your hand, knife can be used for good, to cook food, to cut bread, to cut something down, and to make life. That same knife can be used to attack people and to kill people. So you don't go blaming the knife that because it was able to be used by somebody to kill a person means the knife is bad. Knife is innocent. The person who holds it in their hand is what determines or decides whether to use it for good or to use it for bad. So it is with voodoo. Voodoo is a two-edged sword because voodoo is knowing how to harmonize yourself in nature. to be in harmony with nature. That's all that voodoo is about. So when you learn about voodoo, or you are trying to study voodoo, those are the basic things that will teach you that voodoo is a natural thing. You're trying to have harmony in nature, looking at all the materials in nature and how you can live with them and be free. So if you have knife and you have a tree that is disturbing you, or blocking your way to where you want to go, but the tree has crossed you, you will use knife to cut the way and pass through and go. So, but the knife is just an innocent tool. It does not decide for you how to use it. It is you who decide to use it. So voodoo is like a knife. When you have voodoo, if there's challenges in your life, voodoo will be used in order to fix those challenges. But if anybody decide to use voodoo as a tool to destroy their fellow human being, that is that person's own karma. It is not the voodoo's karma. So the way people look at voodoo and say voodoo is bad because it can kill. The white man made gun. Listen very well. The white man made gun, but the white man is a Christian. And white man made gun and using it to kill people, innocent people, dropping bomb and all this on innocent people. But nobody ever blamed the gun, and nobody ever blamed the white man. But when voodoo is used to clear a way for somebody who is having some challenges, then everybody says voodoo is bad. Is it fair? That is white supremacy. Just to tell you that yours is bad, but ours is okay. How many people has voodoo ever killed in this world compared to atomic bomb, compared to all the innocent bloods that have been shared around the world? How many people has voodoo killed? So whereby you will sit down and say voodoo is bad because they say somebody was killed by voodoo. The people who had killed a lot of millions of people, thousands of people, are still going scot-free with the human blood on their head and in their hands, and they are still the decision makers of this world, and they are fine. And you are only worshiping your God, and you kill one chicken, then the whole world goes, oh, it's very bad. Why do you kill chicken? Meanwhile, people go to supermarket to buy chicken, to go and cook it out. They thought the chicken just jumped from the farm and come and land on the shelves in the supermarket. No, somebody killed them. If you didn't see it, does not mean that it wasn't killed. So please stop being hypocrites. Stop being hypocrites and saying that voodoo is bad, voodoo is bad. So 88 means 88. Yes, someone can use a black bird, white bird, green bird, yellow bird, whatever, to do good and to do bad. So whoever did that, whether it was doing good or doing bad, you cannot say. And I sitting here cannot say until you find out the exact truth of what that was used for. That's why in voodoo, before you take any action on your situation, whatever is happening in your life, you need to do consultation. And it is in this consultation that you will know whether what was done is evil or good. But without knowing anything and just decided and saying that this is bad, that is bad, it's not fair. Because when people go killing other people in other countries with guns and whatever, with chemical weapons and all this, nobody is saying anything. They will just say it on the surface, and that is it is stopped there. But when you see somebody killing one chicken or goat in voodoo, then the whole world goes haywire. It means animal right, whatever right. So it's called stupid things, It's hypocrisy. Anyway, it means it. Thank you for that question. And then we have Prophet A. Good afternoon, sir. Hello, Prophet A. Prophet Agbaglo. Chris. Is it Chris? Yes. Chris Muzozo. Okay, thank you very much, Prophet Agbaglo. Welcome to the program. And then we have 88 means 88 is because I found this. Should I get a reading about it? I think the best way is to find hot Italy's. Sometimes birds also can fall and die on at your doorstep and all this. It may not be anybody who put them there, but because if you are coming from Christian background, anything that happens, the fear is there because you don't know, and they don't even tell you that you should find out unless your prophet or your pastor who doesn't even know anything about voodoo will just say, "Hey, it is evil." I mean, it's stupidity. I'm sorry to say, but that's how it looks like to me. So if you want to find out what is happening with that, it's better to do a reading, and then you will know. Yeah, it is reading costs money, but it clears your doubts. To do a reading anywhere, not necessarily with African Magic Temple, but anywhere else, may cost you some money. But the good thing in it that it will clear your doubts, whether what you are seeing is uh, dangerous to you or it is not dangerous to you. If it is dangerous to you, they will teach you how to overcome that danger. If it is not dangerous to you, they will tell you just to ignore it. But how can you know if you don't do a reading? So 88 means 88. You should do a reading, not necessarily with us, but with anybody who is a good diviner, and they will be able to tell you what is happening, and it will clear your doubts. Let's move up. We have Maria Balboa. Hello, good morning, everyone. Hello, Maria. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the section, and I hope you are fine today. Thanks a lot. And then we have Anita. I say, can you please explain more about Nolishieku? I don't know if I spelled that correctly. Okay, it's called Nolishieku. But Nolishieku, I'm sorry, I cannot really explain all this thing here at the moment because I don't know all the Afa Odu of my mind. I wish my small boys who I had been putting deeply to learn from very experienced teachers could be here. But I only Shiyaku, only Shiyaku. Maybe when you ask it later, when the boys are here, they will be able to tell you. As I had explained before last week, I was saying that I personally, I was not into Afa very deep. I got far almost 15 to 18 years ago, but I was having my mirror, so I was doing my readings with my mirror and my other cowries and my crystal ball and other things. But because I got far, my teacher wasn't close by. It was very difficult for me to really depend on far. But later, when we were able to get a teacher who was very good, then I got my interest in Fa, and I wanted to learn Fa as well. And I put my children into it to learn it very well. For them, it was new, so it is easier for them. But myself, it was an old story. So I started learning slowly, slowly. But now we too, we are getting there. But I cannot know all Afa Odus or Afadus off my mind when I sit here to talk with you. If you ask me about the Vodus that I work with, I'll tell you everything about them because those are the ones that have been with me for almost 30 to 40 years. So I know them very well. Thank you very much, Anita. So Anita went on to say, can you please explain more about, okay, it's the same question. Your spell is okay, can be understood. And I got this from an Afar reading. Okay, so what did your Afar teacher tells you? He might have told you something about a ghost and also probably something to do with the portal of death. But then there is your ancestors are talking in that knowledge somehow. But when the boys come, they will get it for you correct. From Afar reading. Okay, thank you, Adita. Then we have 88 memes. 88 say, okay, thank you very much. Then we have Jibril Mohammed said, please, I need help. I have serious problem with disturbing me the whole day. Consult. When you do consultation, the oracle should be able to direct you and give you answers to your challenges. Thank you very much. Go and let's move it up. If there is any more to read, then we read or we move to another platform. Then we have Dusty God 2. Hello, sir. Please, can I join? And what are the rules and regulations? Yeah, you've joined already. There's nothing else to join. We don't have an organization where people come and become members. That's not the kind of organization I form. We are teaching broadly about our tradition. So it is not a question of joining or belonging. This is the platform. Everybody who is having some confusion about what Afa, confusion about what Voodoo and what African traditional spirituality is. This is the platform. We join and you ask your question, and then we try to answer and explain to you. We don't set the agenda. It is you people who set the agenda. So whatever your confusions are, it is not a question of joining that makes you. This is not a religion, because the Voodoo is not a religion. It's a way of life of people. So it's not a religion that you say I want to join, or it's not a lodge whereby so I want to be a member of Africa Magic Temple Lodge. No, there is nothing like that. However, if you have some challenges and you want us to look into it and help you how to solve it, yes, we will. And if through those things and you were asked by AFA or any of the Voodoo that they should get initiation into a particular Voodoo or get initiation into AFA, then we will tell you the things that you will need to get initiation into whatever the oracle says you should get initiated into. But that is at your own choice. It's not something that anybody forces you to do, because spirituality is not something that people can force you or people should force you. It is only in religion that people are compelled and forced to do things not by their own choice, but by the cane, by the sword, by gun, by intimidation, by tricks, by deceit. That's what religion does. But spirituality is a free will. It is only at your time. When your time comes to know or to seek knowledge, you will surely go looking for knowledge. But if your time does not come, even if they force you to be, it will only be a religion to you. So that is what African traditional spirituality is. It is not a religion, and people are not forced to join or become members. So we have a Dusty God to hello sir. Please, can I join and what are the rules? Okay, that's what I was Dusty. That's what I was just explaining. There is nothing to join. Thank you. He said, okay, thank you very much, Dusty, for your understanding. Then we have Jibril Mohammed said, where can I consult? Look onto our profile and you will get our number if you want us to be the ones to do the consultation with. Otherwise, there are so many Babalawo and so many Bokors and so many diviners who are there out in the world can divine for you. We are not the only ones who know how to divine. There are many good diviners out there too. Thank you very much, Jibril. And then we have Alexander saying hi. Hello, Alex. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the section. We have who? I think that's the last one. Yes. Okay. So go to Facebook. Yes, yes. You want to ask a question? Yes, go ahead. Can they hear her? Yes, please. Okay, then close this door so that this will not escape.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Bring the camera and just turn it towards her so that it's okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for your talk. It's
You're
very
welcome.
impressive.
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
I just want to know about like your consultation. Like you said like you prefer to ask Voodoo rather than doing Akka.
Yes.
So like I'd like to know about your Voodoo. Like what kind of Voodoo is it, and when you encounter this Voodoo, and how you develop the relationship between this Voodoo. Like,
Good. Thank you. Thank you. So there are so many voodoos here. Even on my table here, this is a voodoo. This is another voodoo, and this is another voodoo. There is a voodoo inside this bag, and this thing here is voodoo. So here on my table alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is also a voodoo. So that's 6. There's a voodoo that I wear on my waist, making 7.
Okay, is that not Gregory? It's considered to be voodoo.
They are all voodoos. Voodoo in our language simple means spirit.
Okay.
It's the language of the Ewe people of West Africa, including Ghana, Togo, Benin, and part of Nigeria. That is the Ewe nation. So it is our language. In our language, the word spirit is voodoo. Just like as it's in Japanese, the word spirit means kami in Japanese. So kami means voodoo in my language. So a lot of people have this misconception thinking voodoo is something different. No, voodoo just means spirit. So there are so many thousands of millions of voodoos in the universe. The one that you know about is the one you deal with. What you don't know, you cannot deal with. That doesn't mean it does not exist. It may exist, but you don't know anything about it. So how do you deal with it? So in our culture, the voodoo that you have been introduced to is the one that you deal with. Okay, how do I come about the voodoo? My ancestors were voodoo priests, but my father was sent to school, so we were born Christians into Christian family. But that doesn't mean at the back of my father there were no voodoo people. There were so many people who were voodoo people, but when I was growing up, my interest in the church was not that much because I don't see what was deeply worrying me, the knowledge and wisdom I wanted. I wasn't getting it from going to church and reading Bible and talking about Abraham and his children and grandchildren. I don't know, but it didn't make so much sense to me. I tried to be Christian, but I couldn't be how I should have been because I went deep into Christianity and even was about to become an evangelist. But for me, it was not very straight. But I was too young to complain because my parents were Christians. So if I complain, I'll be looked upon as a devil. But as I grew up, slowly, I decided to abandon it. So I went into other religions. But at the end of the day, I've seen that all religions are just the same, coming from different cultures and from different backgrounds, all talking about God that is in the sky and hiding himself from human beings. And until when human beings die, they don't see him. So I don't want to die before seeing God. For me, I don't know with other people. I don't want to die before having experience with God. So I went into many things and later came back into voodoo. And my teacher, Bokor Said, my teacher, he was a voodoo priest and he was in his 110 to 115 plus when I met him. 15 years plus, 115 years plus when I met him. And he has reintroduced me into our culture, and he taught me so much. And that's how today I have so many voodoos. And after he died, I still continue searching every day, getting new informations and meeting new teachers who also teach me. But there is nothing like one voodoo that is all. There are some voodoos that nobody else have ever heard about. It's only the person who has that voodoo is the only one who knows about it. Until he or she introduces it to you, you never know. So just like in Japanese culture and mythology, somebody is at the gate. Mythology and Japanese spirituality. There are so many coming. We have mountains spirit, Yamano Kami, then Kawano Kami, whatever Machino Kami, and all these things are there. Just it is the same thing in our culture, where we have all voodoo of the village, voodoo of the river, voodoo of the mountain, voodoo of the forest. We have all this in our culture. So when I was reintroduced to this from my teacher, I learned so much, and I keep learning every day. When I hear about something that interests me and I don't know about it, I go out to learn about it. Is it finished? Your data is almost finished. Is it connected now?
No, I just moved another data.
We are having challenges. But why won't the MTN just help us to connect?
They have no platform. They turn it off so that they don't lose money. So it seems to be.
But they should let everybody know.
That one is free.
Hello, Bubune. How are you? Welcome. We are having challenges with the network, so I don't know which one is on now.
Sorry about that. We are back on the TikTok or YouTube and Facebook. We are still on the password is Huawei 170. The password is Rax as well. It's just lowercase. The number one, all lowercase.
Okay, I think you can close the windows now, maybe the door and the window so that we can get the air conditioning work. Hey, don't spoil that thing.
So should I start
Oh, leave it.
the dogs?
Leave them. Okay, I'm coming. I have data on my phone too. You can use it. I have enough data here. I think I have something bigger. I'm not sure, but I bought this thing is just crazy. But why should they just turn off the system so that nobody can use it?
Sorry.
No, it's not your mistake. So it's not you. You are not benefiting anything from MTN. So it's not your mistake. It's not your mistake at all. I'm just surprised that a network that is supposed to be working for everybody will just be turned off, and people will be suffering, and they are not concerned. They don't care. But then when time comes, they will collect the money.
Papa, we can hear you now.
Okay, thank you, because it's very difficult. Our network is really having challenges. Try to put my work my phone and put my also on hotspot so you can easily pick in case one goes off. At least I have some about 2 giga or something plus there. That will help us while we are doing this. Yeah. So the TikTok is also back. Is everything back?
Yes, please.
Are you sure? Shamba, how are you?
I'm good, Papa. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good too. I'm good. Very good. We are having challenges with the network because our MTN is off since yesterday. We've been trying buying data, but they just not approving it, and then they hold your money and they don't approve the data.
Yeah.
So it's a challenge, but then what can we do? We will just try what we can do. Is what we can do. So if somewhere along the way we are off air, please just understand that it is not our mistake.
Yes, Papa.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Papa,
Yes, go ahead.
I've been having dreams about like different drums and stuff like that. Like I even had a dream about the airway drum, the Achimebu.
Atimabu, yes.
Yeah, I never even seen that drum in person before, but I had a dream that I was just seeing it playing and stuff like that. It's been interesting.
Yeah, because they have given you the voodoo of drummers. You have gotten the key of drum and drummers. So this is how every culture is. Once they introduce you spiritually into that particular voodoo, all drums from our culture will be showing themselves to you, and also in your dream, and all this will be teaching you how to play drum. That's why in every culture we don't just do things because you have talent or you have experience. You may have talent, but when you have a successful teacher to give you a key or spiritual connection to the spirit of drumming or whatever you are doing, spirit of singing, then these things will be coming in your dream and teaching you. These spirits will be coming in your dream and teaching you, or even sometimes, moment you start playing drum, automatically the spirit will possess you and you will play tunes that you don't even know. And people who are listening will be wondering, what is he playing? This is good. Just like people who play piano and play violin and all this thing, the same thing. But for us, uh, for us, it is everything is spirit, everything is voodoo. Once they introduce you, they will come, and this is what it is because you were introduced. That's why Atimevu and all this thing, and other ones will be coming. And once you remember your dream, try to put it into writing into your diary. And then as time goes on, the spirit is going to lead you to meet people who play these drums, or you even where you are in the US, and you begin to learn from them.
Yes, thank you, Pop.
You're welcome. Thank you too. Yes, Bubuna, you wanted to ask a question. Go ahead. Talk loudly so that they can come into there.
Okay. So is it necessary that you have to be talented or having a quality before working with such spirit?
You need to have some basic interest in drumming. And if you don't have any basic interest in drumming, it will not appeal to you. Even that voodoo will not appeal to you because you don't have interest. And so, to our people or for our people, they first look at the child's interest, and then they know what to do for the child to excel in what interest the child has. So if people see that, oh, you have a very good voice and you like singing, then they will introduce you to the spirit of singing that will make you to be able to sing well and also to compose songs that can be played, or you can sing them out and people will what do you call it, listen to it and listen. I, who is here, I'm not a musician, but I have written a lot of songs that just came in my dream, and the beat that will go with it all. I wrote them down, but I've not given it to anybody. So I'll just wake up and the song comes and they will tell me, okay, when they play this thing, the chorus must come here, the drumming must come here. And I'll just jot them down, leaving it one day, or maybe my children, my grandchildren will come and then look at it and start to use it. I'm not a musician. So you must have some interest. But then if you are also a spiritually initiated, if that is inside your body or inside your destiny, uh, uh, then such things will start to come out, and then definitely there will be a teacher who will come. Because in Asia, they say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, which is very, very true. Once the student is ready, you will definitely find a teacher who will be there to teach you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, let's go on to Facebook first. Okay, we have big sister, my dear Oluchi also. Okay, it's a great Sunday, Papa, with peace and love. My regards to the family. Thank you very much, big sister, and same to you and your children. I'm very grateful. Then we have Eric Stephen Hogg. Is it Hogg or Hug? Hug. He's saying, hello, Mr. Spiritual Man. Nice program. Today is my first time here. Please pray for Africans. As Africans, we need to come back to our roots. I like people like you keep preaching our truth, our brother. Thank you very much, Eric. And that's what we do here. We always pray for Africans and Africa. But then the truth about it is that a lot of Africans are stupid and they don't like the truth. So when they hear the truth, then you become an enemy to them because they would rather prefer calling Abraham their grandfather or great grandfather than calling the blood that runs in their veins great grandfather. This is the stupidity that Africans have. I'm very sorry. We are all Africans. I am an African, but I'm not stupid. Yeah, but I've met a lot of stupid Africans, and they will believe that their great grand they don't have any voodoo even in their family because their grandfather was a Christian, their grandmother was a Christian, but then they forgot that their grandmother also had a grandmother, and that grandmother also had a grandmother, and were they all Christians? Were they the first people of that family Christians before white man came to our land? No. But this is the truth. This is how our people think. So sometimes I feel very, very, very sad when I realize that our own people do not appreciate themselves. So thank you very much, Stephen Hag. I'm very grateful for that comment. And then we have Monty Tell in Taiwan saying greetings. Hello, Monty. How are you? Thank you very, very much for joining the program. We have a Lustig saying, Papa, your prodigal son is here. It's always a pleasure to log into my Facebook account on Sundays to listen to you. I wish this program is aired every day so that we can all learn from our ancestral heritage. Thank you very much for sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you very much, Lustig. We are very grateful. The program, even though it may not be new every day, you may listen today, but when you go back to the same program tomorrow, because it's stored online, when you go back on that program tomorrow or anytime, you will learn another thing, even though you had listened to it. So keep going back to whatever we had said earlier, and you will always learn something new. You may think that you know it all or you've heard it all, but when you go back, you realize that no, I didn't really pay attention to this part, and it will be another new experience for you all over again. Thank you very much, Lustig, for all of you giving us your support and making it possible for us to continue this program. I'm very grateful. And then we have Jito Pohosu saying greetings, Bokor, Voncujovi. Hello, Toby Pohosu. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the program today. I'm very grateful for you all. Then Lustig say, Papa, there is a problem with the network. I can I can see and hear you guys loud and clear. Are you talking about spiritual network or technological network? We are talking about the technological network because the MTN network that we are using so far has disappointed us since yesterday. But then they say they are doing some update on their program. That's why. So we are their mercy. What can we do? We don't own a network by our own. We can only use what they have owned. And if they are having challenges, then definitely we will be having a challenge. And then say, Papa, when it comes to network, Vodafone fiber broad is the best unless there's general problem. Yes, Vodafone is said to be the best, but I have had many bad experiences with Vodafone. That's why personally I have Vodafone, but I don't really use it that much because when you put the credit on Vodafone network, they will just be sending you messages until your credit is finished. So I have had this. Vodafone was my, I got Vodafone uh, uh, mobile design when it was first introduced to Ghana. I was one of the first people who got it. But this challenge, even before they started their piloting their Vodafone thing, I was aware, very much aware of it, and I had applied to it from that very moment. But I have had many challenges with them. That's why I prefer MTN because it takes me wherever I go, I get something. I know I'm feel as if I'm campaigning for them, but they also are disappointing us these days. So I must be very fair. They are done well, but they've disappointed us so far. So we will see, because I have a fiber broadband here, and it costs us a lot of money to bring that one in here, because the point of connection is very far from the shrine, and we have to spend extra money to get it here. But we have been disappointed. They will not even let us buy credit and put on it. But they say they are upgrading. Is it upgrading or updating?
They're upgrading.
They are upgrading. So we will just bear that with them, and we try whatever we can use here. For so far, we are using Vodafone, right?
Yes, we can.
We are using, because Vodafone is not upgrading now. If they are upgrading, we would have been in the same situation. But somehow, that's what we are going through. So just bear it with us, and slowly we hope and pray that they will finish their upgrade and everything will work again. Thank you, everybody. And then we have a big sister Oluchi. Say, yes, Papa, we are all doing great with peace and love. Thank you for asking how we are doing, Papa. Thank you, my dear. I'm very grateful. Thank you, and thank you, everybody. So we are done with Facebook. Let's go to YouTube. That we are on YouTube, and we have Stanley Chantel Blay. Can you please explain more about Ngoni Shiyeku? I don't know. Oh, Chantel, I just spoke about it in the other Facebook.
She was on TikTok.
And so I cannot, I don't know it, but I know Ngoni Shiyeku has something to do with ancestors. So I have that one, I have that little knowledge. But then if we go into the book, we can find what I have written down, and they can talk about Malishi. I'm not that great in knowing all Afar of her. I'm still learning. And then we have Charlotte Panel saying that I called last week to book an appointment. The lady never got back to me. I called the number on the screen. Thank you. So, okay, Charlotte Panel, if you called to book an appointment and the lady didn't get back to you, you could have sent us a WhatsApp message, and it would have been sitting there and everybody could see it and respond to it. But all the same, please try again to send your number to that very place, and then maybe it will be there, and they will look for it for you, and they will be able to book an appointment for you. So we are sorry that we couldn't get that for you. We've been very busy, but I think if you do it today, by tomorrow, we should be able to find a way to book an appointment for you and do a reading. We have a Vikram Kaleka in the USA. Hello from New York, Papa, sending well wishes to all AMT family. Thank you very much, Vikram. How are you and your girlfriend? And how is the work? Thank you very much. I'm happy that you joined the program. I'm very grateful. And take care of yourself, and my regards to your parents. Thank you very much. Then we have SB again. Say, Bokor, before you had your fa, how did you investigate voodoos you wanted to acquire to make sure they were willing to work with you? Thank you for your answer. Okay, SB, before I got far, I had many voodoos that I had been working with already, because even in voodoo, we do reading. Because Abochi here, before I got it, I did a reading about it. My Eto Bokor or Tohuno was able to consult with, asked if he would be willing to work with me. And then Abuchi said he was willing to work with me. And then I told my Eto Bokor the things I should do. I remember very clearly when I was being given the Abuchi, it got to a point after all the rituals were done, I had to be on the grave, and in the morning we were trying to invoke the spirit of the Abochi. They had already done all the necessary rituals of putting metals into my head, and all these things were done. Those metals serve as an antenna so anytime I sit down to do a reading, the antenna will pick information and then bring it to me, and then I'll tell you what I see. And most of the time, 90% of the time, I'll be accurate. So when I was going to get a Bochi, even the videos are there. Maybe next time I'll let them play them. when I was getting the abochi, I sat down and abochi was being invoked. It got to a point the mirror just cracked into two. So my Tobacco or Tohuno Tagwetuji said that he has to consult his own mirror to find out why the one that he was trying to give me cracked. And then in that consultation, the voodoo told him, or the abochi told him in his that I have got a voodoo in my shrine, which is so powerful that I did not inform that voodoo before coming to get abochi, and that voodoo broke the mirror into two. So I was asked to go back into my shrine and then seek permission from my voodoos before coming back. So I came back about 300 kilometers back to my shrine. I went to the voodoo that was identified. I prayed and offered them what they wanted. And after that, I went back again, and the new mirror was placed on the Abochi voodoo, and then it came through that I have it and I'm working with it. So I have had so many other consultations before getting voodoo. So before I get a voodoo, I don't just go and so I get this voodoo. If there is no afa, there are other ways of doing consultation. It is not only afa that is used in consultation, but the reason why I am now concentrating on afa is that I want my children to be very good in afa. I naturally have extrasensory perception ability. I was born with that. I can see, I can hear. My children also have it, but I need to develop it for them. So for the meantime, by them learning AFA and doing reading with AFA also sharpens that their ESP ability. So that's why we are concentrating more on AFA, so that even when I am not here, there will always be somebody who will do consultation for other people. This is the reason we are concentrating on AFA so much, because it is very good. AFA is good. We need to learn it, and I am learning it. My children are learning it. My children are even much, much better than me, because for them, that is their first point of interaction with the spirit world seriously. So they begin to have their ESP abilities developed through the AFA rituals and readings that they've been doing. Now they can even hear what AFA is saying, not only through the divination chain, which I am kind of amazed when they are doing, when they are praying to any voodoo, the voodoo talks straight to them now, and they know what the voodoo is saying, apart from what the general knowledge that the voodoo will do this. But the voodoo will say something else to their mind, and they'll be able to check again, and if it says yes, then they know they are right. So this is how I do come in contact with any new voodoo. I do reading in any way. It is not only AFA that reading is done in. Until 3 years ago, we are only depending on Abochi and Akai as our communication divination tools, and they are also 100% correct when they divine. So thank you very much, SB. And then we have Timmy Nyambe. Papa, I did a background check on our traditional chiefs and found that in our traditional, we have one deity called Nyambe. Okay, that's what your name is, and the originate of all life, and the one who originate kinship of the Lozi people. Okay, that's very beautiful. That's very beautiful. So you must connect to that Nyambe, because the Nyambe is in your name. If it is your family name, then that means you have some connection, or your family has some connection with that. So you should try as much as possible, do more research on that, and connect with that deity, and you will be surprised how much it will open doors for you. Thank you very much, Timmy Yambe. And then we have Kwapenda Pani say hi, Papa. I hope all and the AMT team are doing well. Yes, we are. Thanks always for sharing time and your knowledge with us. Kobina went on and said, a few weeks ago, I asked about the similarities between the positive destiny ritual and and Akai. I actually meant to ask about the similarity between the positive destiny and the Abraxas initiation. They are totally a different thing. Abraxas initiation comprises of three voodoo initiation: Akai, Jopata, and Abraxas. Those are patron spirits in our shrine. Those are the voodoos that when we initiate you into, we call it the AMT initiation. Negative destiny and positive destiny are totally different things. They don't have anything to do with Abraxas initiation or Jopata initiation, or of the positive destiny is totally different. Until you have experimented, then only you will know that it's a totally different thing. Because Akai initiation, there are things, seeds that you swallow. In Jopata's initiation, there are seeds that you swallow. In Abraxas initiation, there are seeds that you swallow. But in positive destiny initiation, there are no seeds to swallow. The destiny is you, and you are only clothed with your body. So it is you yourself that they will just awaken you, and then you will see the process. When it starts, it's not somebody who will tell you. Experience is always the best teacher. When you experience an experiment, you will know whether it is real or it is not real. Stories that are told in books of people who did wonderful things in the past and today, now nobody can do the same things, are not in voodoo. Voodoo, if your grandfather was able to do it and they teach you the way and the practicality and the method and the formula, you too, you will definitely achieve it. You will also be able to do it. It's not a story of belief or what do you call it, faith. It's not a question of faith or belief. Our tradition is not based on faith, and it is not based on a belief system. It is based on experiment and practicality, and that's what gives you the experience. Thank you, Kwabena. Is there any question again from Kwabena? Okay, then Kwabena again went on to say, I know these are distinct rituals, but are there any similarity between those two rituals? No. How do they complement each other, if at all? That complementing each other is because every spirit that you work with, and if you are able to get another spirit, and they are not opposite to each other, they complement each other. There are some spirits that do not work together, not because they are enemies, because each spirit believes and knows that it is powerful enough to represent you. And the other spirits also know they are powerful enough to represent you. They are all a very strong force of nature in their own rights. So they may prefer to work alone. But in the case of destiny, positive destiny, because it is you who is the destiny. It is your inner self is what is called destiny in our culture. That should be able to work with whatever you are working with. So that is it. So thank you very much, Kwabena, for that question. And I think one more question, right?
Yes.
That is from Timi Nyambe. Say, of the Lozi people, and I found out an interesting thing that if you want to connect to this deity called Nyambe, you have to go through the dead kings for you to have access to him. Okay, that means that it is a royal thing, and if you have to go through the royals to be able to have access to it, then so should it be. And I believe very strongly there will be people in your culture who will be able to guide you to those royal rituals that will connect you to that deity. It is everywhere in every society or culture. If you want to connect to, like my ancestral stool that we all have, if you don't know how to connect with it, you can be with it, but you will not even get any benefit out of it, and you will not know how to use it. You'll be thinking that it is nothing. But if you know how to connect with it, definitely, when you call upon it, it always answers. I think this chemical is still very strong. Or you are now getting it. I am getting it inside my chest even.
Sorry.
Open the doors again.
Yes, Papa.
Come and open this one too, so at least the fan can blow it away a little bit. Can even feel it in my throat.
Now just use something to chop this piece of.
Okay, thank you. So Timmy Nyambe is again asking. So Papa, my question is, when I do my prayers, I should keep mentioning of our dead king to get access. I don't think that alone will be enough. What I think is that you should get to meet people of the Lozi people, who are your people, meet elders, spiritual people within that culture, and ask them, how do you connect with that spirit? They sure will have some way. It's not just by praying to your dead king that will give you that access. There must be some special way or some ritual that will make you connect to that particular deity. So please contact people from your tribe and learn more from them. We are again out. No, because the chemical is here. It's not from outside. The chemical is in the room. So if you open the door, the fan is going to blow it outside. But if it because the air from the outside come in, that's why you are now feeling it. We just have to do our best. So Timmy Nyambe said, I'm actually renamed by the name of the Lozi tribe deity called Nyambe. That's what I'm saying. So ask your people, ask the elders in your society, in your community, so that you will know how to connect to the Nyambe as a deity. There should be some special way, not just by pouring libation to it. There are ways to connect to so many things. So I think somebody should give me my tissue paper from my car. The car is not locked, I think so. But on the safer side, just take the key with you, just to not to come back and say it is locked. Okay, so Timmy, I think you should connect with your elders, people who are elders in your community. They should be able to guide you and tell you so much about it, and also guide you what to do to get to that deity. And where is it? Are we on Revolution? We're now on Africa Magic Temple. So we have a constant scalar. Aniba, keep up the good work, Papa. Hello, Constant. How are you? Thank you very much for joining. And then we have, who is that? He's the same Constant. Aniba said, I urge you and the entire African Magic Temple to put all this into writing a book for this generation and the generation yet unborn. Okay, thank you, Constant. I think we will do that very much. Luckily, I'm having so many graduates in my shrine. Just last week, Bokor John Obla has also just finished his bachelor's degree in sociology and information technology or information art, and he is got a second class honors higher upper second class. So they are all Bokors, and yet still they are going to university and going to school. And Senna has got his master's. Tara has got his bachelor's. Kojo J. Nyami has also gotten his bachelor's. Pele has got his bachelor's into communication and all this things. So with time, they should be able to put all this into writing. So definitely there will be book in the future. But I promise myself that I'm not going to write any book down. I'm going to share knowledge, but I'm not going to write any book. People who want to write it can write it, but I'm not going to write any book. I will share the knowledge if my children want to write about it. But then all that I share will always be here on the information highway, and people who want to access it can always access it, even when I am dead and gone. Thank you. And then we have our sister Vivian Bakar in the US saying, hello, Papa. Please, in African spirituality, is intimacy allowed before marriage? Yes, it is allowed. We don't have a problem. We're not Christians, and Christianity is a hypocrite religion that people are doing things in secrecy, and because they don't want people to know that they are doing it, they keep saying that, oh, we don't do it. Meanwhile, it is something they are doing, even to the point that even pastors are having affairs with people's wives. Just because it does not come into public, they think they are hiding it. That is hypocrisy. That's why religion is hypocrisy. The reason in our every traditional spirituality is that when you want to marry, when somebody wants to marry you, the person goes to your house, especially to the woman's family, and tell the woman's your parents, the man's parents will go to the woman's parents and tell them that, oh, we are interested in your daughter. The parents will consult their family members and tell them that this family are interested in our daughter or our grandchild. What happens is that the two families will start to communicate. And during this communication, some drinks will be exchanged as the beginning of the unity between the two families. Sometimes the parents of the lady will tell the lady to go to the parents of the man to go and serve. And how does that come? Because the parents of the boy to marry the woman will want to know whether this girl is able to do things when they, the parents, are no more involved in the child's life. So this girl will be coming to the father-in-law and mother-in-law to do chores like cooking, cleaning, and all this. And even sometimes they may stay over. So it is the same thing. The man will also sometimes go to the in-laws to be the girl's father's house, and sometimes accompany the father-in-law to go to farm to do things, whether in case we leave our daughter to you, will you be able to support our daughter without our getting involved? So all these times that the girl and the boy also will be knowing each other, getting to know each other, knowing whether if they get married tomorrow, can they stay together? There are some families who has got very bad history in the past, and this is the time that these two families will begin to do this background investigation. Maybe there was a sick person in the family that has an incurable disease which has not yet manifested in any of this. This is the time they'll know, like leprosy or bad sicknesses, mental health. Then also, if they have this common this thing of impotency in the family, or they have criminal records in the family, because in our Ewe culture, we believe that the ancestors will be born back again into life. That's the reincarnation aspect of our culture. So that these people will be born back into our life. So if there are criminals, murderers, armed robbers, people with incurable diseases, people who have impotency and all these things in there, or not able to give birth to children. That is on the both paternal and on the man's side and the woman's side. These two things all will be investigated during this time. And if nothing bad is found, then finally, of course, the girl's parents will agree that, okay, your son can marry our daughter. But if any of these things had been identified, then the girl's parents or the boy's parents will now say that, oh, we are sorry, we don't think our daughter is interested in this marriage. They are not going to force their daughter into a marriage where she will be in trouble or having a problem that they cannot really solve. And what would that end in? It will end up in divorce. And that's what is happening in today's marriage, because people do not allow intimacy and the girl to know the man and the man to know the boy. The church says that, oh, don't have sex until you get married. Maybe the man is not capable of making love to the woman, but then for public image, they want to get married. They get married, the man sleep at the side of the bed, the woman sleep at the side of the bed. The woman is wants love. The man cannot give love to her, or whatever. And then at the end of the day, the girl will be longing to get out of the marriage, and people say, no, you can't get out of the marriage, you can't get out. But she's the one sitting near the fire, she's the one feeling the heat, and she wants to know. Same thing will be the man too. Maybe the woman is not sexually active, and he may not know. And the moment they got married, that's the time they get to know each other, but it doesn't work, and they have to separate. But if there is connection and contact between the two, and there is intimacy on a minimal level before marriage, all these things do not happen. So, Vivian, you don't have a problem. If you have someone who loves you and you love the person, get to know each other and know each other properly in all ways. And if you find that person is okay, and your parents find that person to be okay, and the man's parents also find you to be okay. Sex is not a sin in African traditional spirituality. It is not a sin. But a lot of people make sex a sin in religious ways, and some people who do not really understand African traditional spirituality are trying to bring this Christian information into African spirituality. If you want to be a celibate, then be a celibate. But that is mostly in Christianity or in religion. But these very people who say they are celibates or practicing celibacy are the very people who are sleeping with small boys and young boys in the church. Is it not a shame? Is it not hypocrisy? Look at it very well. How much Catholic church has harm they have done to the world and children. And they are taking them to court and all this thing, but because they are very powerful, the priests and everybody are hiding under the church. And of course, Catholic Church is having money. They can buy justice with money. So please, our African traditional spirituality does not look at sex as a sin. The worst of the worst is, why should you be a celibate and then being a homosexual? Just declare yourself a homosexual and be open. Hiding under the umbrella of priesthood and committing crimes that you deny in the public that you will not do. What for? What do you gain? You are deceiving yourself, or you are deceiving God. Life, whatever you do, will come back to you. The law of karma is always real. So when you are taking actions, make sure you take the right action, so that when the reaction is coming, it should not be negative towards you. Because if you take negative action, negative reactions will come to you. If you take positive action, positive reactions will come your way. So think before you do. Thank you very much. And who is there? Let me see. This is Elastic again. Oh, we have so many. Okay. Elastic is a Papa. I don't know if you believe me, but the real devils in this world are all religious. Religion is a very corrupt system. can commit sins and ask God for forgiveness instead of the victim. If you can believe this, then you can never be a good person. Religion is poison, says Christopher Hitchens. May he rest in peace. I agree with you very much, Lastic. Religion is hypocrisy. Yeah, the more hypocritical you can be, the best religious person you can be. And it has always been like that. But no, our people are never learning. Because within our own culture, there are so many hypocrites. So that's why they prefer to be on the side of religion than to be on the side of truth. So I agree with you. Whatever happens, it is their own. I'm not going to pay for your sins, and you are not going to pay for my sins if there's anything to pay for. Whatever action I take, whether good or bad, it was taken by me and in me alone. So when people try to convert you into a religious belief by saying that, oh, if you don't convert, you will go to hell. If I go to hell, what is your concern? If I go to hell and I'm suffering in hell, what is your concern? Have you yourself overcome your challenges by not trying to go to hell? So if I am going to hell, what is your concern and you need so much to convert me to follow you? You just want to convert me into hypocrisy. If I go to hell, let me go to hell, let me suffer. It's not your concern, it's not your problem. So why bother? And we see our sister Vivian Bakar saying, thank you, Papa. Thank you to Vivian. Thank you very much. And then where are we going? Okay, Timmy Nyambe saying thank you. Thank you, you too, Timmy. Thank you very much. We are very grateful that all of you are with us. We have Sonny Noel. He said, I appreciate teaching and raw honesty. Thank you. Thank you to Sonny Noel. And then Sonny Noel is here. Ashe, thank you. And we don't have any question coming from from Clubhouse, so that's why if we have people asking questions from on Clubhouse, please ask me, because we say it as it is. Hypocrisy is not tradition. We in our tradition, hypocrisy doesn't play a part. If you are a hypocrite in African traditional spirituality, you will die before your time. You know why? Because the spirits that you work with, the voodoos that you work with, will not accept you being a hypocrite. So they will take you out. And because of this, people are afraid of tradition. Because if you are a liar and you are a hypocrite and you are with voodoo, the voodoo itself will take you out. So that somebody else will come in your place and tell the truth. And because of this, people are running away from tradition and saying, oh, you're Christian, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim. When it comes to doing bad things, they are Christians. When they did the bad things and they have to now kind of pay for the, when they have to go to, when they want to do bad thing, they run to tradition and use tradition to do bad thing. And when they do the bad thing and now they need to be accounted for their bad deeds, they say, I am a Christian, I don't go to tradition. You see how hypocritical this society is. It's a pity, you know. I feel so sad to see how our people are, that they choose hypocrisy over truth. They come to church, they pray to God, they go back home, they plan evil against their fellow human beings, their brothers, their sisters. But then they go to the church and tell people, love your neighbor as yourself. How? When you hide in corners and trying to plot death for your neighbor. And then you are in church, you open your arms and say, oh God, they say we should love our neighbor as ourselves. So if you are loving your neighbor as yourself, why do you go and hide and want to kill your neighbor? Why do you plan evil? Why do you betray your neighbor? Okay, let's go on and TikTok and see if we have some. We have Tyson Sosibo saying good afternoon, High Priest. Thank you very much, Tyson Sosibo. And then we have user 394362 saying hello, Tobiga Anuledo. America Madena Nudo. Oliwofu Anuledo. Akpe. And then we have Kojo Mike. Say, how can I meet you, sir? I love your submission. Oh, Kojo, thank you very much. Our numbers are on our profile, so you don't have any challenge looking for me. I'm always around. Only thing you need to do is to book an appointment and tell me you want to see me, and it will give you direction how to come and see me, and that is it. And then we have Kandarik Jerick 256 said, do help people in money problems. Kadarik Jerry said, do you help people in money problems? No, I'm not a bank. I don't have any financial institution. I'm only a spiritualist, and spirits do not have money. Spirits do not have banks. Spirits are just spirits. They will teach you how to work your life to be able to solve your problem. But spirits are not banks, and they don't have any bank account from which they can give you money. But spirits can connect and guide you on how to live your life in this world and in harmony with nature. But there is nothing like spirit giving you money. I have not come across it yet in my 40 years of this tradition or following this tradition. So, no. Then we have Ogun 1976 Ubuntu to you too. United Unity. Thank you very much. And then we have Hansan. Hansan is following. And then we have Juice 999 say well saying hello. And then we have Otabidea. Hey, that is me, Marcelos. Hello, Marcelos. How are you? I don't know you are listening. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. How is Diana and children? Thank you very much. And then we have a user 77 8878 saying this man is great man. Oh, in which way? Because I'm saying it as it is. I'm just saying it as it is. So it's not like being great or not being great. Just saying it as it is. I'm not afraid of anybody, and I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just saying the truth as it comes to me. Thank you very much, user 77, 88, and 78. And then I think we have Otabil Diane. Daddy, I really need a spirit that can help us relocate in the UK. Yes, Marcelos, we'll talk about that. We will talk about that as we were talking about the other things the other day. So we'll talk about it during the weekend, and I'll see what we can help you, what way I can be of help to you and Diana and the children to relocate. I don't have an embassy. I'm not an ambassador. I don't give visa, but maybe there will be some spiritual help that can boost your efforts to be able to get things done quickly. Thank you very much. So we'll talk from tomorrow. Thanks a lot. And then we have Unicorn Magic. Let me read that. Is it magician or magic? Unicorn Magic saying, can you please tell us about Nana Buruku or Trompeto? Okay, I don't really have Nana Buruku, but it is in our Togbe Ade, where when we are praying to the spirit of the hunter, we mention the Nana Buruku Iyeke as a Mfutu. I don't know much about Nana Buruku. And then, of course, trompeto, we have a trompeto deka, a trompeto eve, as people call it. When people say Togbe Tonyeviaji is the one who brought a trompeto deka, but I personally don't have a trompeto deka or a trompeto eve. What I have is Jopata, which is also a Gorovodu, it's a Lafia, it's all the same, and it's a patron spirit of my shrine. But I don't call it a trompeto de ca. So I am not in the line of people who got a trompeto de ca. So I can't talk very much about a trumpet to the car or Nana Bruku. However, Togbe Jopata that I work with has got so many spirits that came to combine to form one spirit. And the Togbe Jopata is very like a trumpet to or whatever, because it is also like a Kunde, which is a Bando in the Volta region, and many other Alafia voodoos. And it's also a Goro voodoo, because we use a kola nut, all this. But it is not a trompeto as it is built in other shrines. But I think those people who have a trompeto, the car, when they come to my shrine, they can feel that the energy that they are with them. I'm having a similar one here. I've had some experiences like that, but I don't have a trompeto, the car, or peto effect, or nanabuku for that matter. So unicorn magic. Thank you for that question. And then I think we have read Utabil Diana as Marcelo said this in there. Then we have Moses Kofi. Please, how do I connect with the spirits from my family? You need to get to know your family spirits and also to know the people who were in charge of those things. Definitely, to connect with a person's family spirits, usually you must have knowledge from that family, and your family should be able to share some knowledge on what to do. Me sitting here cannot tell you how to connect with your family spirit, because I don't even know what your family spirits are all about. However, if you want to connect with your ancestors, mind you, ancestors are not called family spirits. Ancestors are people who share the same DNA with you. Spirits do not share any DNA with you, whatever. So people should stop misunderstanding that spirits are called ancestors. Spirits are never called ancestors. The further or the more, I don't know, if we want to give them anything, we can only say they are our ancestral spirits. When I say ancestral spirit, what I mean by that is that they were spirits that our ancestors had used to work when they were alive. So they can be called ancestral spirits, but they are never called ancestors. Ancestors are people who share the same bloodline with you, either through marriage, uh, birth, or even friendship, even if it is not a DNA, but maybe your father's friends or your own friends that have been close to you, when they pass on, you can pour libation to them because they are no more alive as ancestors. But spirits or voodoo are usually nature spirits that come together or come to live with people, and they help, or people pay money to get to know them, and they put them down to help a family or a house or one individual. So these ancestral spirits are not ancestors. So if you are going to talk about you're connecting with your spirit from your family, then you must know what spirits your family have or had or has. If you know the spirits that your family has, that is when you can start to do investigation about that spirit and know what are its norms, things that the spirit wants and what it does not want, how to work with that spirit. And slowly, slowly, when you ask people who had any experience or experiment with that spirit before, you should be able to know how to connect with those spirits. So you can connect with your ancestors, and you can also connect with the spirits from your family. And connecting with ancestors are by knowing your ancestors, their names from the generations from which you are coming, your maternal generation, and your maternal lineage and your paternal lineage. So knowing the ancestors of your great great grandfathers, it does not matter how many you are able to know. Those that you know, you pour libation to them and ask them to connect you to the ones that the known and the unknown. So slowly, by doing that, your ancestors will come closer to you, and then slowly, slowly they'll start to direct you. If you do a reading, your ancestors will come and give you a direction, how to be able to connect with them if you need their help. So that is what ancestral spirit and also your ancestors. They are totally two different things. They are not the same. And then we have Tyson Sosibo, it's a wise one. Can we talk on WhatsApp when you get time? I seriously need help. Yes, Tyson Sosibo, we have our numbers there. So if you call to the number or send a message to the number, they should be able to connect with you and be able to book an appointment for you or connect directly to me, and I'll be able to answer questions if you need to talk with me. Thank you very much. And then we have okay, we don't have anybody. Who is there? Perry Collection. Perry Collection is it? You talk sense. Thank you very much, Perry Collection. And then Perry Collection went there. My father, my question is, what are what are sources of poverty? Okay, the sources of poverty can be your own doing. Poverty, a source of poverty can also be your destiny, and poverty of source can also be the community you are in. Sometimes it can be caused by witches. Sometimes it can be caused by your own actions, and it can also be caused by your destiny. Your say means your destiny can also pledge or vow from a sepe. When we say a sepe, means where destinies originated from before being given a human form as a baby to be born. The bodiless soul lives in sepe. People may call it astral plane or spiritual plane or call it heaven. We don't believe in heaven in our culture, so but we believe that there is a sepe where souls are. And your destiny can make a pledge or vow that when they come into this world, they don't want to be rich. So they can put gold and diamond in your pocket, but by the time you walk 3 or 4 steps, the diamond and gold will be missing and you will go hungry. Your destiny can decide that nothing in this life will be good for it until it dies. So to be able to know what is the cause of your poverty, the best action is to do a reading, do a far reading, or any other reading that can pinpoint exactly the cause. And if it is from your destiny, then there are rituals that can be done for your destiny to change itself, or you will change to align that destiny so that it at least will forget whatever pledge it has made and will start to open doors for you so that good things can come. In every culture, we have all these rituals for people who are not giving birth. Maybe because in their destiny, they decided that when they come into this world, they will never give birth. And when they are here, because they don't know what they have said in their destiny, when they are here, they are seriously looking for child. But everybody is using some method, but they will use it, no answer. They will never be successful. And in some people's destiny, they say, oh, I don't want to born the day I will born a child, I want to die with my child. That's why women go to give birth, they die with the child. In every culture, these are all identified through consultation and reading. And if that is your portion, then in that portion, there are rituals that can be done so that things can change for the better. Those are the things that I have learned over the years from the old man. So when I say old man, I'm not talking about God that is living the sky daddy, God that is living behind the sky. I'm talking about people I have seen with my eyes. We don't believe in sky daddy. There's no God hiding in any sky anywhere. Maybe Abraham's God lives there, but our God lives here. Yes, Bubune, come with your question before I go on with this.
Okay, so how about if you divine about your essay too, does it?
If you do a divination, asking yourself to tell you, it will tell you. Why not?
But will the effect also be manifesting like when you do other readings for?
Yes, it will tell you if you ask yourself what is happening in my life. Your essay will tell you this is happening in your life. So do this, and it will be fixed. In reality, when we do divination, most of the time it is your essay who comes to speak, because it's your essay who knows you from the day before you were born. So it is your essay who will tell you that in your life before coming onto this earth, you escaped the gate fee. You didn't pay gate fee before coming here. So these things will be happening to you, that thing will be happening to you, and until you go back and do rituals to pay that gate fee, nothing is going to happen good for you. It happens. Say that you are coming into this way, and they told you to do a ritual so that when you come here, your life will be proper. But you say, no, I won't do it, I can go. And because you get here and then you are suffering. It is yourself who is talking. That's the secret of the Aves. That's all voodoo. That's where the secret of voodoo is. To know what you had even said before you were born on this physical plane, and how to deal with it and change it. A lot of time people look at voodoo as something that kills people, something that is evil, something is a witchcraft. No, voodoo is deeper than just killing people. It is to let you know how to have harmony with the universe and be able to find your space here and have it in a perfect way, good for you and the people who depend on you, and to humanity as general. That is what voodoo is all about. Voodoo is not only killing chicken or killing a goat. Voodoo is more than that. So a lot of people do not understand. So they are comparing it to religion. No. We know what it is. Then do you have any follow-up question, Lubune?
But I want to know if when you do division and then the second aspect comes, then maybe later you don't do the necessary ritual, does it also attack you?
That is Kamasa. When you do a reading, and in your reading or consultation, and they told you this is what is the cause of your problem. So do this, do that, and you'll be able to overcome that problem. You want to go? They tell you what to do to overcome that problem. But you decide not to do it. It's your problem. It will be there. Sometimes it doubles in the sense that you were able to peep into God's wood. You were able to peep behind the iron curtain and be able to pick information which generally would not be known to you. But now you were able to do it by using some methods to see behind the curtain of life. You know, there is life here, and then there is death here. And there is only a curtain between life and death. So today, if you fall into this side, they say you are dead. If tomorrow you fall on this side, they say you are living. So there is only a curtain between life and death. So being alive, and then you want to see what is behind, and you saw and had been explained to you, but you don't do anything about it. Then the spirits of the spirit world will say you have cheated them by trying to know them, and you know what is wrong with you, but you are not interested in doing anything about it. They will tighten the screw. And there you will see what is happening to you. So that's why we advise people that don't do a reading if you are not ready to do rituals. If you are not able to, you are not ready to follow the detailed directions or directives of the voodoo, don't do a reading, because you may peep into God and you will not know how to fix the problem, because you will see it coming. They will tell you it's coming and you think it's a joke. And before you know, it will descend on the physical plane and it will destroy you. For us, Aves, God is not something far away. People in voodoo know that God is not in the sky. It's just near you. You only need to ask and you will get. So it is not like thinking that you have to die before you go and see him. It is only in voodoo. I have experienced many other traditional spiritualities, Hinduism, Buddhism. I was in Japan. I also had some small knowledge of Shinto, and I was into Guru Nanak Sikhism, and all these things before coming back to traditional voodoo or African traditional Ewe traditional spirituality. But it is only in this traditional spirituality of the Eves that I know that when you are taught power and you can will power and power will happen. Nature will listen to you and you will be surprised that you call upon nature and nature responds quickly. I have not seen it in any other spirituality or in any religion. The rest is only, oh, you wait, God will do it. You wait, God will do it. But in voodoo, you will it and it happens. That's why people fear voodoo the most. Because voodoo, if someone far away, let's say somebody is about 10,000 kilometers from me, and a person is in trouble and calls for me, there are certain things I will do. The person there will be free. Their problem will be over without seeing me, without physically coming to me. How do I do that? I will it into nature, and nature carries it through some rituals. Answers come. Somebody is in jail and wants to get free, and they have lawyers, they are going to court, nothing. But there's a way of voodoo I will do, and before you know, they go to court, and the judge will say, oh, let the person go home. So it is only in voodoo, for my own experiences so far, it is only in voodoo that you can will and nature listens. Other people will tell you, you go to heaven and walk on golden street. Go and walk. I don't want to walk on any gold. I want to walk on nature here. So when people say voodoo is evil, it's all the same. It's because of the power that it possesses, the way to live with nature and be able to prove that you are living here and you are here now. Make use of here. Make use of here in the sense that if tomorrow you are no more here, you can still function over there well as well, if there is a place to go. Okay, so we have a never give up saying money, go to Banco, I beg. And then we have a young prodigy saying, what time do you start your live videos? We start every Sunday. We do it on Sundays from 2 p.m. up to about 6 p.m. And so we do about 4 hours of live video section on Sundays. However, today we were really having challenges with the network, so we couldn't start until after 3 p.m. and we are still struggling with it, but we are able to get it to you somehow. So every Sunday from 2 p.m. we are live. We start with the videos first, and then later by 3 p.m. I myself, I sit down and I begin to talk and explain and answer questions as I'm doing now. So young prodigy, that's what we do, and thank you for the answer. And then we have Olive Hammond say, Papa, you are the best. Oh, Nakokwe, thank you very much. You always speak freely because it is the truth. Thank you, thank you, Olive. I'm very grateful for that. Hope your children are fine. I'm fine here. We'll see you again very soon. So then we have Tyson Sosibo say, I wish to chat with you on WhatsApp. Sure, why not? Our WhatsApp numbers are there. You can the number you have is also a WhatsApp number, and we definitely will chat with you. Then Oliver Hammond is saying, I miss the family. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Yeah, Oliver Hammond is saying, good evening, Dad. I think and Diamond Key has given us a rose flower times 1. I don't know what these things mean. No, I'm very new on TikTok, so I don't know what it means. And then Olive Hammond said, good evening, Dad. Hello, Nakokwe, thank you. And then Young Prodigy said, I always miss your live video. Oh, even if you miss my live video, it's always on the net. You can always see it. It's always recorded, and you can always go back to them and listen. And if you have any question, you can prepare it for our next section, and then you ask those questions. Thank you very much. And then we have Tyson Sosibo. Can you please let me know when we can talk on WhatsApp? Make you a call. I pay obeisance. You can call me anytime, but then when I'm live, my life starts from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. or sometimes more. And once I am off Facebook or TikTok or all that we are doing, I'm not on live. You can call me, and if I'm not busy, I'll pick your call. If I am busy, I won't be able to pick your call. But when I see your missed call, I'll be able to call you back. And then we have a Unicorn Magic. Say thank you for answering me. You are very much welcome. And then we have Amando B sent us a rose flower times 10. And then we have Debbie Jill. Papa, who do I get to do this reading? Debbie, you can always get readers all along around the world. There are so many. But if you want African Magic Temple to be the one that to do the reading for you, then we have our numbers in our profile. You try to call the number or send message to the number. They'll get back to you and they will discuss if you want us to do the reading for you. However, there are so many other spiritualists and diviners across the globe. We are not the only diviners, so you can get a diviner who is closest to you so that you can either go physically or do it online. Whichever way, find someone who can look into what is happening in your life if you want to know. Thank you very much. And then let's go. We have Gabriel Frimpong. Is it Frimpong? Sending us rose flower and another one. Then we have Perry Collection said, Papa, thank you so for answering my question. You're very welcome. And then we have Martino Osei. I always tell people that we Avians are different creatures, but we give up on ourselves too. Yes, you are very right. You are very right. People think that the easier way is to go to church and think of drinking honey and milk in heaven. Go. I'm not going with you. So don't convert me. If you want to go, it's your palaver. Yes, let's see the last. There's one new message there. That is a Perry Collection. Papa, my second question is what to do to overcome poverty. When you do a consultation, spiritual consultation and a reading, the reading will tell you what to do. Because me, I'm a human being, I'm not a spirit. The only different thing why I am here talking to you is that I have a way to connect with the spirit world and be able to bring information from the spirit world to you, to the physical world, so that I can explain to you what the spirit world is saying about you when you do a consultation with me. So this is the only difference. So I'm not a spirit, and I cannot tell people what their life would be if I don't do consultation with the spirits. It is only the spirits that can tell us what is happening in our life. Even in my own life, if something is happening I'm not understanding, I consult the spirit world to find out what is happening. I consult my destiny to find out what is happening in my life. And then my destiny through afar or through the mirror or through cowries or through Toby Jopata or anybody that I can speak with me, tell me whatever is happening in my life, and I follow the direction. And then I realize that I overcome the challenges. So I'm not a spirit. I'm only here as a messenger between the spirit world and the physical world and trying to guide people how to use the spirit world to their advantage. That's what I do. So I don't have power. Power belongs to the spirit and nature. I am only a messenger here trying to explain what it is. Then we have Karim. Karim say, how do I become a better descendant for my generation? I want to connect with my roots. Yeah, Karim, to become a better descendant for your generation is to start learning about yourself, learning about your roots, learning about your generation or your ancestors, the things that your ancestors were connected to. When you start learning about those things, you will be able to or connect with your roots and also become a better descendant for your generation. And then we have Monku, say hello from Germany. which which kind of reading do you do? Please move it. Let me move it. Which kind of reading do you do? It is Afa. Yes, we have Afa reading. We have a mirror reading. I even have a crystal ball reading. I have a cowries reading. But for now, we are concentrating and using Afa reading to get answers. But once in a while, some people come and they want to connect with their dead relatives, and then we use the mirror to connect with them when it becomes necessary. If Afa doesn't want to say, we can use the but right now, most of our readings are Afa. And then we have Debbie Jill. Say, thank you. You've picked the number. I've picked the number. Okay, thank you, Jill. And then Amankwa. What do you do, please? Amankwa what? Amankwa William. What do you do, please? We are just AV traditional spiritualists talking about our culture and how we can connect to it and benefit from it for ourselves, people we love, and for humanity as a whole. That's what we do. Amankwa Williams said, I want to know my destiny. Yes, of course, it is necessary for everybody to know their destiny. So look for someone who can connect with your destiny and tell you what your destiny wants from you and how you can sharpen and empower your destiny to be able to empower you on the physical plane. I think we are done with TikTok. I think we are done with YouTube too. And do we have no this is on Zoom today? And those of you who are on Clubhouse, if you are still hearing me, please need to ask some questions. Because now it seems like TikTok people are taking the lead. There are more people on TikTok that are asking questions than people on YouTube and Facebook. So, okay, we have a Dodu Abi. Hello, can you kindly explain how the ancestral tools were created? Also, can you explain how the chief, anyone connects with it? Every family has the history of their own ancestral stools. So it is not a general for every ancestral stool. So if I am explaining how an ancestral stool is created, I would not be 100% correct in some cases. However, there are some ancestral stools that were created back in the days when people will use their favorite son or their beloved son to represent the family in the spirit world. Just like how it was in the Bible when God, according to the Bible, God asked Abraham to use his first son Isaac as a sacrifice so that he and God, Abraham and God can have a covenant. So if in the Bible that had been said, but you know the Bible is a very tricky book, and they told you after God asked him to kill his son, God sent a ram. Fine, I was not there, you were not there, so whatever had happened, we don't know. But it has always been in every culture, in every tribe, not only in every tribe, all cultures around the world, that in the past, people may use their favorite sons or human beings to connect to the spirit world as a messenger so that that person can be between them and the physical world. So that is how some stools were made. So those stools represent the person who died as a sacrificial lamb on the behalf of the whole clan or the community. And it is usually people from that generation, that person whose sacrifice was used as a sacrifice to connect to the spirit world generation, are the only ones who can be chief on that stool, not anybody else, because it is their line, it is their lineage, so they are the only people who become chief on that stool. So when you don't come from that bloodline, you can never be chief, even if you are as rich as God and you want to pay money to let people put you there. You will die within a short time because you have no connection to it. That's how powerful voodoo is. However, there are also some stools that people call it hosi, or a stool that was made with cowries and animals and animal blood and everything in order to bring wealth to the family, or connect to the spirit world, whereby whatever that family would do, they will get prosperity out of it. Those are there. And also we have some stools that are warrior stools, whereby maybe during a war between some other tribes, people were able to still, when they overcome or defeated those tribes or those community, they take their stool and bring it to their own place and now begin to do rituals for that stool. Those are called warrior stools. And we call it Abba, the Z in Ewe, a stool that you take to go to war. And you know, the Jews also have their stool that when they are going to war, they carry the Ark of Covenant, and it will be in front of them during the wartime, and then there will be priests around it, calling God and calling all the angels and calling all the deities in the Judaism to protect and let them win the war. So the Ewes have similar thing. So we have this, so the Avadezi, Hosi, and then a normal one, which is just a Fiazipi. So some of the stories that we heard, it may be mythology, but it could be true, but today we can't say it is true or it's a myth, because they say, oh, our grandfathers went into the bush and they saw animals and making a meeting, and then when they sacked the animals, they found a stool and they brought it home. I don't know whether animals also make meeting, but what can I say? It's all myth. So there's so much story about this. So each and every family and community have their own traditional chieftaincies too. Whichever way they get it, it is only on that bloodline which are supposed to be chiefs, should be chief on each and every stool. It's not an outsider. That's why when some spiritualists are deceiving our brothers in the diaspora, that, oh, you come and we make you a chief because your grandfather was a chief here. Where did they know their grandfather from? They want to deceive you and collect money. Your grandfather, do you know where it comes from? So sometimes people will just play you along, and then of course a lot of people in the diaspora like the title, royal title. They like to be called royals. So when you come here, people will deceive you and wear you cloth and put you on some wooden stool and tell you that you are chief, and then you carry your big head and go home thinking you are a chief or you are a queen. It's a lie. Because without your bloodline, you can't be chief. If your ancestors don't come from that lineage, you can never be chief in that village. Unless the only thing they can do for you, they will call you development chief, which the accounts call Nkosuo Gili or Nkosuo Hima, means you are there they give you some stool that has nothing, or they give you your title that has nothing, just so that you are bringing development to the community. My wife Chieko, my Japanese wife, is a queen mother in somewhere in the Uasa Akropon area, because she brought a lot of development to the area. They built library, they brought development to the cocoa farmers, they brought investment from Japan and all this thing. That community is very well developed because of my wife's president, Mr. Mori, Morita, Mr. Morita, and my wife, because the company that my wife had worked for were exporting cocoa, are still exporting cocoa from Ghana to Japan. So we do the tracing, the source tracing, where the cocoa beans originated from. So they try to develop that area so that the farmers and people in the area will be happy in order to take good care of the cocoa beans so that when Japanese come to buy it, they will not get too much of a chemicalized cocoa where the, the pesticides and all this will be in the beans that may cause cancer tomorrow. So my wife worked for such company, and that community had made her a development queen mother with the title Nana Akosua something something the first or the second, I don't know. So such kind of things, you don't have any blood lineage with the community, but your good deeds will make the people in the community boast, whatever, bestowed you with a chieftaincy title, and that has nothing to do with bloodline. So these are the ways that uh, chiefs and stools are done in our community or in our Ewe culture, and also, of course, in Ghana as a whole. So Dodo Abi, that's one part. And you are saying, are those who possess ancestral soul in a traditional cult or royalty? No, nobody will say they are in traditional cult. What is a cult? See, when you go to church too much, you use certain kind of words which is not in our culture. When people say cult, what does it mean? Is that what you see in the movies? Is it what you see in Nollywood or Hollywood movies? That the people belong to cult. What do you understand by the word cult? The word cult, I think, is coming from culture, or it's coming from the French word occult, secret, secrecy. So if you are saying that occult or occult secrecy is wrong, do you think that the Catholic Church will tell the whole public how they do their rituals? Do you think any culture, for that matter, will tell you that how they do their rituals and get to answers? No. So everybody has secrets. Nobody put their secrets outside. Because if you give your secret out to people who are not supposed to know, they'll throw it away or they'll use it against you. So people who have ancestral stools are not in any cult. They may be called royals because royals are chiefs, people who own a community, people who have been in a community and have championed the progress of that community, and they call those people royals. People who have sacrificed their own blood, or people who are related to them in order to save other people. People go to church today because Jesus Christ sacrificed himself for all of us. I agree. Jesus sacrificed himself for all of us. But look at yourself and look at me. Why are you still suffering? If it is true that somebody had actually sacrificed themselves for you, you see, there are people who are progressing. Why are you not progressing? Why are you not gaining from that sacrifice? Is it not just self-deceit? Deceiving yourself and using it to deceive your fellow black man so that you take advantage of them. Is that what you call somebody has sacrificed themselves for you? So when the word cult, the cult is mentioned, ask yourself, what does it mean? The word cult, what does it mean? Thank you very much, Dudu Abi. I think we still have no, these ones we have done already. Oh, there are new questions?
Yes.
Okay, so Timmy Nyambesi Papa, so you can see me in that mirror, even though I'm in Zambia during a reading? No, I cannot see you in the mirror when you are in Zambia during my reading. What I do is when someone asks me a question and asks the mirror, say that, okay, find out this information for me. The mirror goes into the spirit world and also go back into the ancestral world where people who had been buried from your family line and be able to connect with them. So when the mirror comes back, is now going to tell me the spirit in the mirror are different spirits. We have a Kofito Jabaku, we have a Bochi, we have Kable. These are the three spirits in my mirror. So any of them could go and come back. They'll go all the way to Zambia, go all the way into your family history. That's why when we are doing the mirror, we ask you to give us location, just like Google Map. We will ask you, long before Google came, the mirror had been here. And we will ask you, where do you want us to go to? If you say Zambia, so in Zambia, in which village? And then into which grandfather's house? So that is the direction we give the mirror. And the mirror goes to Zambia, goes to that village, and go to the village where your ancestors came from, or a house, particular house. And then from that house, it's going to dig informations that have been there, and slowly bring that. When it comes back, and it's going to alert me that I'm back, and then it will start telling me, I saw this, I saw this, I saw that. And that is what I will be telling you, that, okay, the mirror says that you have seen this. How are you related to what the mirror is saying? This name, who is this? Who is that? Who is this? They'll mention names, they'll mention people, they'll mention locations. And if what the mirror says connects to what you are saying or you are asking, you will be amazed that we sit here, we see the whole world. So that's how it does. It's not like I'm going to be here and looking at you in, it's not a television. But it gives you information that is very hidden from you, and information that is not known to me beforehand. And I will only ask you to confirm that whether what my mirror or the spirits in the mirror have seen is really what you know about. And it is all you who connect and tell me yes or it is not true. But most of the time, we actually get to the point where people start crying because they don't know how we could get these informations, and people sit in front of me, they'll start sharing tears because we just hit the nail on the coffin, and they are confused that they don't know me, I don't know them, but I'm able to tell their stories. That's what the voodoo is all about. We deal with nature, and we deal with the spirits of nature, we deal with the herbs of nature, and everything that is in nature for that matter, and we connect with it to give us harmony within where the space we are living in. So thank you very much, Timi Nyambe from Zambia. And then we have Joseph Nkosi. Say, blessings, my brother. The Most High always blesses us. I want to donate 20,000 US dollars to show my appreciation to your graciousness and hard working. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Nkosi. I think within your community, wherever you may be, people may need that money the more than us. We are only teaching. If you can use that money to set up a center where when we are doing this project or talking live section, and people can also listen and get awakened and ask questions, it will be much better. We don't have money, but we are thankful. Thank you very much, Joseph Nkosi. I'm very grateful. Then we have Dodo Abi. Thank you so much, sir. I'm most grateful. Please, what's the link between the voodoo at the end and the vo? Okay, let me take it from there before continuing your questions. The Ade is the hunter. The Bofuo or Obofuo, I don't know. I don't speak Akan very well, but some people say they call it Bofuo or Obofuo or whatever. My pronunciation may not be very good, but the spirit of the hunter is called Ade. And the Adevu is the drum that they beat for the hunter when he comes back from the game. And when we are doing Adevu, the dancing is not choreographed. It is just kliba like that. How you can dance it, because when you go to kill some animals, there are certain animals whose spirits or destiny or inner self, is so powerful, almost close to human beings' own. And when you kill them in the bush, when you come back home, that animal, the spirit of the animal will form a ghost, like how human beings have ghosts. And before you know, you see the animal as you see a human being, and you think that is the animal. And if you are not careful, you will shoot, and then you have killed a human being. Because the animal would take the form, the animal would take the form of an animal. The spirit of the animal would take the form of an animal and possess somebody. So you, the hunter, you will be seeing that person, and you think that it is the same animal that you had killed, or a similar animal you have killed in the bush is the one coming to attack you. And when you fire your gun, you will kill a human being. By the time the person falls down, or that animal, imagined animal falls down, it's a human being, and you get into trouble. So what our ancestors do is that when you kill an animal, especially like a buffalo, and that's a certain antelopes called a se, they are believed to have their destinies are more prominent in such a way that they can make or become ghosts when you kill them. So when our ancestors, because my grandfathers were hunters and farmers, so I know these stories. So when you kill an animal like that, when you come back home, they do something, a ritual for you we call ade. Ade wo means they will do the hunters rituals for you, where people will be playing that adevu, and the hunter will now kind of demonstrate how he was in the bush, how he was hiding, and how the animal came by. He was able to shoot it. So all those things will be dramatized during the drumming, and then that's why the word adevu, it is for ade, people who had gone to the hunting field or gone to a game and were able to kill an animal, and then when they come home, they demonstrate or dramatize how they were able to kill that animal. So that is what Adevu is. And then you went on to say, the dancers able to perform those moves with the knife. Because in our culture, hunters are not just ordinary people. They possess spiritual powers, or they are supposed to possess spiritual powers. Because to go into the bush alone at night and be able to hunt a wild animal down, you are supposed to possess a power that can make you invisible in order to be able to kill the animal without the animal attacking you and killing you. Because it is two things: either you kill the animal or the animal kill you. This is what the hunter's life is. So if you are able to go and kill the animal, and the animal was not able to kill you, then you must possess some special knowledge, talent, or whatever. Whether you want to tell people that you have it or you don't want to tell people that you have it, you must possess something. That's why I was saying earlier to Shamba Musa Mohammed, when he said that he was now having dreams of Eve Drum, Atimehu, and all this thing, which he has actually never seen being played before. But he's having, because he was now initiated into the secret of drummers, not just drummers that can connect their drumming to the spiritual plane, so that spirits and energies of nature can now come and teach you how to play drum and play all kind of tunes. So it is also with the hunter. It's not everybody who can just carry a gun and go to the bush and kill an animal and bring back home successfully. Some went, they never came back. And people have not even seen their corpse forever and ever. So to be a hunter, you need to be initiated into the spirit of the hunters. And when you go and you kill some animal, you will now bring a part of it and give to your shrine. That's why I say Togbe Ade, so that the Ade can bring good luck for you. But in today's world, the Togbe Ade, or the hunter spirit, is not necessarily like people carrying a gun and going into the bush. Your pen, your paper, your knowledge, your phone. All these things are your tools now. And how can you use this thing to what do you call it, to uh, harness the prosperity and success that you need? When you pray to the Togbe Ade and the Hatters Voodoo, which we call Togbe Ade, it will be able to open doors for you that you'll be able to harness success even in today's world without carrying a gun on your shoulders and going to the bush. So this is how Aves deal with nature, trying to make use of forces in nature to be able to live a comfortable and a peaceful life within this space that called physical world. So Dodu Abi, that's my answer. And then Dodu Abi said also, please, is Mau stroke Lisa a form of voodoo? Does Afa acknowledge its presence? Afa acknowledges the presence of Mauga Sobo Lisa, Mauga Kiti Kata, and Mauga Esse. I don't want to go deep into this anymore because I've spoken about all this in the past. Because in the Ewe knowledge, the Ewe cosmology, there is a trinity. Mauga Sobolisa as one, which is male and female. That's why it is called Mau. It's not only Mau Lisa, it's Mauga Sobo Lisa. The one which is always changing. It's not the same. It's a male, it's a female. That is Mauga Sobolisa. And then we have Mauga Kitikata, the one that is also constructing and destroying. The one that is constructing at the same time destroying. That is the Mauga Kitikata. And then we have Mauga Esse, which is believed in every cosmology, that is the one that decides to come in the form of human being. And each and every human being has a different esse or destiny. No two people have the same destinies. Just like our thumbprints and our fingerprints, no two people have the same destiny. So Mauga Esse is believed to be a major Toda, that which becomes a human being or the one that created human beings. But then Mauga Sobolisa is the creator of the worlds, and then Mauga Kitikata is the manager or maintainer of the worlds. Sometimes destruction are coming like earthquakes and typhoons and all these things. Things will be destroyed. Sometimes winter will come, all plants will die. When autumn comes, dry season is come, all plants will lose their leaves. At the same time, with time when rain starts, then they grow new leaves. That is the work of Mauga Kitikata. So the belief in our every cosmology is that God is three in one. And then under this God's or three in one is all what we call voodoo. Anything under. Voodoo is just likened to spirit. We are offline. We are back? Okay. So voodoo is just spirit, which is in nature. So when you do spiritual work, you will get in contact with all these things. So Afa acknowledges the presence of God. That's why even in Afa, when you are calling the Vuji, you will mention all this. What do you call it? You mention all these names, and then you mention the names of your ancestors, and then you mention the name of rivers and mountains and all these things that are in your community, and then you also mention the Odus in Afar, like Bemeji, Yekumeji, Wolimeji, Dimeji, Losomeji. You mention them all because these are all deities on their own. So you are calling them to come and be present and tell you the information that person is seeking from you in a reading. And these energies or spirits or gods, call them whatever you like. It does not really matter because we cannot understand what God is. So whatever you call them, whatever you say, it's gone also, or you want to change that, it's already gone again. Hey, we are trying. Slowly we'll end soon. We are now 5:56, so about 4 or 5 minutes time we end. So we have a successful decision anyway because the network is terrible. We use our data. So long as people are seeing and being able to ask questions, I'm happy. disconnected. Okay, so we go on. So Dodu Abi also places Maunga. So Maunga Sopolisa and all this. So Afa acknowledges Afa acknowledges its presence. That's why we call them. And then we also went on to call the Yoruba deity of Orunmila, which is said to be like the Christ in our African tradition, especially in the Yoruba tradition. So we call Orunmila, which the Abes adulterated into the word Lumina. You hear people say Afa or Jinjale, Afa or Lumina or Jinjale, all kind of name. Means there was Orum Mila in Yoruba, which our people have adulterated into the word Lumina, 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 especially in the southern part of where Afa is very prominent. The word is Lumina, 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 but actually the original name is Orum Mila. It's a Yoruba word for a person who had once lived and had brought this knowledge of Afa to the world. So that's what it is. So we and then Dodo Abi say also, please, how does one connect with the supreme God of nature in African spirituality if there is one place? Which one is the supreme God of nature? Ebes call it Mau, the Akans call it Nyami, the Gans call it Nyongbo. So which one is the supreme again? Every culture has a name for that entity. Every culture in the world, even the Chinese have a name for God. If you go to Antarctica, among the Eskimos, they have a name for God. So which one is the supreme deity of of God of African nature? Whatever your ancestors call it, that's what you call it. You're not going to go outside your ancestors or your lineage, your blood lineage, and be calling it another person's name. That's where we have failed. See, the African has failed because we don't understand the words that other people use because it's not our language. But then we will rather adopt it and leave our own out and then adopt somebody foreign language and then say that is what God is. So there is nothing called supreme God of nature. It is whatever your people call it, that's what it is. And then Dodo Abi again say, wow. Okay. Then he went on to say, thank you, sir. Very deep. Oh, thank you too for the question because we are all learning. No one possesses all knowledge. We all learn from one another. So I'm very happy that you are bringing questions that I can answer, and then we all learn from it. Then we have a team in Yambe in Zambia. He say, I actually need that money. I lost my job, Mr. Nkosi. Okay, please appeal to him. Let him help you people. He has $20,000. He wants to help us. We are very happy that he wanted to help us. But it will be very good, those of you who are closest to him or to his community, let him start from there. We are okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Nkosi. So help people you can help. I'm very grateful. And then we have Mr. Dodo Abi. Makes total sense. Please, what kind of voodoo do they use with the knife? Is it Joker? Can you please shed some light on Joker and how it works? How does the processor get it? When you are initiated into certain voodoos, especially, they are usually herbs. They are usually herbs in nature that you pass by every day but without knowing their secret name. In our culture, every herb is known by a certain name, but that herb also has a very deep secret name. When you call that herb in that secret name, it will respond to you. So when people are initiated into knife and gun and all this, they are usually initiated into the herb, and that herb help them to what do you call it? That help them to overcome those challenges. So it's all initiation. People can call it Joka, people can call it Voodoo, call it whatever you call it. You can call it Besa, whatever you want to call it. It does not matter. If it works for you, that's what matters most. If it is working, whether it's a Voodoo, it is a Joka, it's a Besa, or whatever, it's a Mlima, I don't know. But if it works for you, then it is good. Then we have um, then again, Dodu Abi is very synonymous to the God, the Son, God, the Holy Spirit. That is the explanation you gave for the Mawus. Yes, because our people were discussing something about Mao long before the European came to our shores. So it is not that our people do not know what God is, because even in the mind of the European, the river that your father and your grandfathers were fetching money, water from and drinking and cooking before they came, they discovered it. And they forgot that your father, your great grandfathers were staying by that river and fetching water from it and using. But the day the white man came, that is the day they have discovered that river and gave their name to it. Does it make sense in your head? So your grandparents were just stones and dead people living beside the river as the white man came. But then our own people will champion that and make everybody to know that it is a white man who discovered this. It is Mungo Park. It is Livingston. Whatever that discovered. What about the people who were living by the river bank or living with that river long before the white man Mungo Park and David Livingston came? They did not discover the water. Well, because they are witches. Their knowledge is not supposed to be known to the world, so they don't matter. White man is the only one that matters. Start thinking very well, all of you. So we have a Dodi Abi say our ancestors had the knowledge and worship with their own understanding. Thanks for explaining this. Thank you too for the question. And then your question again is: so our ancestors used voodoo to connect with the Maus. Of course, the Maus are also voodoos. Generally, people will call voodoo Mau. What is the word Mau? That which is above all is called Mau in Ewe. That's why if you don't speak the language, it is very difficult for you to understand what the words mean. Whether it is in Christianity or it is in English or it is in any language. If you don't speak that language very well and your teacher did not explain to you what it means, it is very difficult for you to understand. The word Mau is two words. Ma, ewu, that which ma, wu, that which ma is like that which is. Wu means above all. Ma, emaewu, that which is above all. That's what God is called in our language. So our people understood that there is something that is above human being and above everything else. That's why I say Emaewu or Mawu. So some people they call the Mawus voodoo. Some people call the voodoos Mawus. Whatever you call it, doesn't matter. If it works for you, stick to it. Then finally we have Joseph Nkosi at Timinyambe. He said, where can I send you this donation? Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Nkosi, for that kind words. And then we have Dodo Abi say, what's wrong with that? Let's leave judgment to Mauga Kitikata, I guess. Yes, sure. That's why when you don't know about voodoo, when things go wrong, you blame everything. You know, the religious people are very, very good in blaming Satan. No, because they don't want to be responsible for anything. Recently, I was listening to some videos and they said some pastor did something bad or to some woman or whatever, and then say at the end he said he's very sorry. It's the devil who came and did this through him. Where is the devil? Where is the devil before the devil came and did bad thing and ran away and you are caught? Because the black man, the African in particular, doesn't want to be responsible for their action. That's why religion appeals to us. So that everything we will do, we will find an excuse. So it's not me who is the devil. Why is the devil? Next time, if I were a policeman, I will catch you until you bring the devil. When the devil found you before coming to influence you, you will tell us. And you know, it's so good that most people who judgment and truth will be said, believe they are on the same scale. So when you go to court, they will defend you. So it is it was the devil who influenced you, so they should have peace and mercy on you because the devil is the one. Where is the devil? But we like that, you know, because we are hypocrites and we don't like truth and we don't like to be responsible. So we always blame something else or blame somebody else instead of blaming ourselves for our actions. But in traditional spirituality, you're not blaming any devil. Oh. If you do it, it's you. If you are wrong, the voodoo will catch you. And you go and bring the devil. Yeah. Recently, one of our young Bokors, he has offended his father's voodoo. He started running inside bush. They went and caught him and they called me from here to come and pray. I was busy. So whatever I can do, I pray to my voodoos and ask them to go and tell his father's voodoos that I beg them. They should tell their dead father that I beg them they should leave him. And slowly, he became normal again. So these are the things that we in Africa, we deal with. Truth. It's like a knife with two edges. Cut this way, cut this way. If you are right, it will go with you. If you are wrong, it will cut you down. And if you are afraid of it, go to church. You are free. You can do anything evil there, blame the devil. And I thank you all very much that this today we didn't get all those stupid Africans who come and try to disturb us. We are grateful because when you are sharing knowledge, some people just want to destroy it. But today, you all at what do you call it, Clubhouse, Facebook, YouTube, and on TikTok. Those who may be on what do you call it, Instagram or whatever. Thank you all for joining us. I'm going to pour a very simple libation and we'll end today's section. And I think it has been a very useful one for all of us that we learn from one another. No one single person knows it all. We all are sharing knowledge. I think we still have some on okay, so Lustig is saying, Papa, I really like the way you answer every question on this platform, especially the one relating to intimacy. Many of our African elders are not this modernized and civil-minded like you because of this so-called religion again. They have one wife and many side chicks. I really like your honesty, Papa. May the spirits protect you. Thank you very much, Lustig. I'm very grateful for that comment. It's very refreshing. And Lustig went to say, Papa, spiritual people all over the world use the word ashe. What does it mean? The word ashe is actually a Yoruba word. And a lot of people who came into African traditional spirituality in the diaspora came through the Yoruba line of Ifa. So most of the languages that they have learned is the Yoruba language and Yoruba word. So Ashe is simply like it should be, it will come through, or like something like Amen, which is a typical Yoruba way of saying thank you or let it be. And in every language, we don't say Ashe, we say Ache. Ache means may it come to be. That is what Ashe also mean in that's why a lot of people found their spirit, especially in the diaspora. They found their African traditional spirituality and maybe religion, they are calling it religion, through the Yoruba front of Ifa. So they learn the languages, and that is how they understand. And there is nothing wrong with it by using the word Ashe as a thank you or let it be, or like how the Christian will say Amen, and the Muslims will say Ami. So it is. So the Aves will say Ache. And then in Epedome, where I come from, I say Never me. Let it be. Never me. Let it come true. Let it come to pass. So that's what the word Ashe is in Yoruba. So it is a common language everybody speaks these days. There's nothing wrong with it. We are all one people learning from the same source, even though we have different little differences in our culture as Aves, Yorubas, Kotokoli, Chamba, Akan, Ga, and Dangbe. Just mention whatever. And those are the things that we are all having the differences, but we are in reality we are just the same people. So big sister Oluchi say yes, spirit does not give money. For your money to be coming, you have to go and work like everyone. Spirit open doors for you. They don't give you money. Please do that. Raise that place for me. Let me read it. They open doors for you. They don't give you money. That is how the Spirit bless the hands of you, your work. Please, peace and love. Papa is not a bank. Thank you. Thank you, big sister. Yes, I'm not a bank. I don't have a bank behind my house. But if you walk about 500 meters from my shrine, there is a big bank there, and the manager is always there. When you see him, he can help you. So big sister Oluchi is laughing. Yeah, thank you. And then we have Armando Blessimo showing us love. Thank you. And then Armando say, hi, Tori, can someone open and maintain his third eye with plant with your help? Yes, I believe if it is in your destiny, yes, I believe. My children's eyes are open. My children's ears are open. They also was like anybody before. But you see, when we say ESP or extrasensory perception, if you don't have that already in you, you can, but it takes time. It's not like going to a supermarket and buy biscuit and then you come home and start eating it. There's a lot of work to do on it. And if you have the desire, really desire to work your destiny, definitely, why not? Everything in life is not that easy as you see. It needs sacrifice. When I say sacrifice, I'm not saying to come and kill a chicken or kill a goat. Your time, your dedication, your interest, those are the things you need in voodoo in order to know more. But if you are just somewhere that, or you go to a priest and they'll just give power to you as if it's a biscuit or it's a kaklo, you'll be deceiving yourself. Everybody has to work on it. And when you work on it, and with time, nature works slow. Nature is not magic. And you cannot, it's not like what you see in Nollywood Nigerian movie, whereby somebody do like this and a whole house will come and they start enjoying life. No, 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 no. Nature works at its own time and its own speed. It teaches you patience and harmony. And slowly, slowly, so whatever you are doing, if you do it and believing within, knowing that you want it and very sure that that's what you want, with time, nature will deliver to you. Just like when you plant a corn in the grass or in the ground today, No matter how hungry you are, that corn cannot grow that very day and germinate for you to eat that corn that very day. If you see corn that has been planted today and the corn germinated today and people pluck it today, there is a trick behind it that you are not seeing. Because nature is not designed in that way. Nature is not designed in that fashion. Nature works slowly according to its own time. And if you follow the time of nature, you will become a great person even before knowing you are great. But if you are looking for power, looking for things quickly, you'll never find it, and it is nowhere to be given to you on a silver platter. People have to work for it. And Big Sister Oluchi went on the Papa, please, can you explain to us how do we know if the sacrifice you have given to the spirit or to the ancestors went well personally? But for the person, even after doing Afa, this question is for those who may want to know with peace and love, Papa. Okay, when you do a sacrifice to spirit or the ancestors, when after all this sacrifice is done, if the things you ask for start happening in your life, then you know that your sacrifice has been accepted because what do you call it? Experience is the best teacher. If you begin to experience the changes that are coming into your life, then you know that what you did is working. But then, as I was speaking earlier, that nature it works at its own pace in a natural way. So many people may be having some problem for years, and then they come to you today. So they have to feed the witches, they have to do this ritual, they have to do that ritual. Most people think that once the ritual is done that very day, the following day, the problem that they have been having for years will just vanish like that. No, it doesn't work that way. Everything will take its own time and slowly, slowly. So I will advise people who do rituals when they were asked to do rituals to look at the small pictures. Supposing you were not sleeping well before and you are having other problems, money problems, relationship issues, or whatever, and you were not sleeping well and you couldn't sleep peacefully. And when a ritual is done for you, and for the first time you could sleep well and wake up, know that the ritual that is done for you has started working. Even though other problems that were surrounding you, which look like the major problems to you, have not been solved, then you can now realize that things have started moving. So you just have to wait for the time of nature to roll until it gets to the end of your problem. But people, if they could sleep even well, they think that nothing has happened because their financial situation hasn't changed, or their relationship situations have not yet changed. So the ritual that you did for them is not working. No, look at the small, small, small pictures. Take them into account, and the big picture will become clear to you. Yes, Big Sister Oluchi, thank you. And then, and also, Papa, what sign that person may have personally, Papa, after sacrifice, peace, and love? Yes, that's what I've just explained before. The question means the things that are little, little things. Maybe you have a child, and anytime you talk to that child, the child doesn't listen to you, and then you did a reading, and in the reading they told you that, oh, your child is not listening to you, so do this sacrifice, and then you agree to do the sacrifice, or vosa as it is called in our language. So, sacrifice does not always mean you kill an animal, but some will just be certain things you have to do. Don't eat this food, don't eat that. Go to this river and pray. Go to this mountain and communicate, or take your bowl of food to this river, or whatever the oracle may direct you to do. And once you do those things, and when now you call your child, maybe before you call, you may call about 5 times before the child will respond. But if you call 1 or 2, 3 times, or the 4th time the child comes, then you know something is changing. The little pictures, you have to start looking at the little pictures. Otherwise, you will not see the full and whole picture. A lot of people want things that they have been suffering for years. When they do a ritual because it's done by the tradition, it should change. How many people have been going to church for years and they are still there marking time, and every day they are putting their hands up doing like this, as if God is going to send a bread from the sky for them without they working for it. People still go to all night every day. People even are sleeping inside the church room. Nothing is happening. If something will happen, is the pastor will buy a new car. And you forget that it's your contribution that is coming together, and he is buying a new car. For him, God has answered his prayer. And for you, who answer your prayer? You see, it's stupidity sometimes. So those little pictures is what you have to pay attention to if you have to see the big picture. So big sister, thank you for that question. I know why you asked the question. I know why you asked the question. Ajete Ajayi saying, do we have Lucifer, the morning star in Voodoo? I don't know him. Don't know who is Lucifer and morning star. We in Voodoo, we don't have any morning star. We don't have evening star or afternoon star. So whoever has morning star and have evening star, they may know whether they have Lucifer in their spirituality. So find out those who have morning star and afternoon stars and evening star. It will tell you where Lucifer belongs to. In my learning, I've never learned anything about any morning star. And then we have a big sister Oluchi so okay, say, okay, Papa, thank you for explaining to us with peace and love. Thank you too. Are we done? So I can go and okay, Constanta Aniba, my cousin there. I think it's on YouTube. Let me go there first. I think I saw his Constant Aniba, Scalar. Yeah. So keep up the good work, Papa. Thank you very much, Scalar. I'm very grateful. Thank you. I'm not going to talk too much because we don't have much data. Okay. So we have Winston Sticky. Say hello. And then we have Monku. Thank you. Just send me a short prayer. I am very grateful to you in Accra, return to Germany. Okay, thank you, Monku. And then Winston Sticky. Please, I dream of eggs. Please, what does it mean? They mean eggs. Let's go. I'm not coming here to be explaining what dreams mean. I'm teaching what I know. So please, we dream of eggs. You are seeing eggs. So you are seeing eggs. What else are you seeing? You are seeing eggs. Not a dream explainer, or what do they call it? Is it dream? Eh? I say I am not a dream. How do they call the people who a dream? It doesn't have a word. There's a word for it in English.
It is French, but I can't remember it right now.
Okay, we all forgot that. So I'm not a person who explain dreams. Yeah, so please, I don't know what eggs mean. Maybe there are some people on this dream interpreter. I'm not a dream interpreter, and so am I not a court interpreter also. Okay, little Gamini said interpreter. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Nana Ajay say Papa. And then we have Winston say okay. And then little Gamin said interpreter. And then Sweet River 2 said dream interpreter. Okay, yes, I'm not a dream interpreter at all. I am a voodoo priest, but not a dream interpreter. I think we need attention here. It's okay. I think we are done. And Oluchi is laughing again. I have to say it as it is. I'm not a dream interpreter. So please, I am a voodoo priest, and that's what I know. And I talk about voodoos. But if you don't understand your dream, there's always a way to find out by consulting the spirit world to find out what a dream meant. Because whenever I have a dream, I don't translate it or interpret it for myself. I go to Afa, I go to my voodoos that ask this dream that I had,
Is it a positive dream? Is it a negative dream? What should I do if it is positive so that the positivity will come to me? What should I do if it is a negativity? How can I stop it? And then my reading will tell me the things that are happening and give me direction.